Hello, everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I'm your host, Axel1324.
And now I'm Cool Cat Terry.
No dreadful, right? Like it happened last week. Okay.
There
And I'm Eternal Shaddai.
you go. Thank you so much. And of course, Dreadful is out this week as he is indisposed of, I guess, is the best way to say it. So, yeah. But guys, another great week. We are 1 week. I think the Game Awards is Thursday. No, Thanksgiving is Thursday. Sorry, the Game Awards are 2 weeks away. 3 weeks away.
A month.
No. So let's see. This Thursday, next Thursday, and then the 7th. Yeah. So we're 3 weeks away from the Game Awards. A big event. New trailers revealed for everybody. So that's going to be fun and exciting. And yeah, but Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Everybody here celebrate Thanksgiving, Terry? You celebrate?
I mean, my family does, but my family's nowhere near me, so I don't personally do anything with it. Mostly because I've worked every Thanksgiving in the last 10 plus years, so like it's just another work day. So,
Wow.
Like I never get Thanksgiving off.
Wow. Okay. Shaddai, what about you?
I actually do celebrate it, but I'm like with Terry. Sometimes I think, why have a day off on Thursday knowing that you got to go back to work on Friday? So might as well just work that day.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I do celebrate Thanksgiving, and I get Thursday and Friday off. Amazing. So I guess I'm a little different. I celebrate Thanksgiving by going shopping, thanks to hard workers like Terry.
Yeah.
But I never go shopping on Thanksgiving. I do Black Friday shopping. I don't do Thanksgiving Day. I think if you're open on Thanksgiving Day, you're on not a great business. Personally.
So you don't do those early deals, Black Friday things.
No, I do. Like I'll go
Okay.
shopping at like 3 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
It's like really early.
But
don't
not
even
like
do that anymore, though.
oh, come by at 7 p.m. on Thanksgiving to get this. It's like, hell no, I'm not going there at
Oh
7 p.m. You know? Or like, we open early at 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving. It's like, dude, that sucks. You know?
Or 6 o'clock. Yeah, like you said, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, whew, geez. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, guys, let us know if you do any Black Friday shopping and what Black Friday deals you've gotten so far. Have you done any Black Friday game shopping, Terry?
Not game shopping, but like, okay, so my birthday is Black Friday.
What?
So I did Black Friday birthday shopping.
Black
So,
Friday. Well, what did you Black Friday birthday shop for yourself? Happy
I-
early birthday, by the way.
Yeah, so because they're so dang expensive, I had to wait for the Black Friday sales to kick in. But I ordered myself a smartwatch.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm gonna have a nice heavy duty smartwatch that I can.
Ooh.
Is it like a brand we know of, or is it like a G
No.
Shock or something?
No, Jesus, no, those are like crazy expensive. So the $1,000 ones aren't in my budget. But, so I wanted something cheaper, so I was kind of like shopping around, looking at like reviews and stuff, and I found a brand, was it Carbonics or some crap,
Mhm.
that has pretty good reviews. So it's like it was like 100 with the sale. I think I spent like $103 on the watch. It's normally like a $200 watch. So I
Nice.
figured, heck yeah, So
Nice.
figure I'd give that a try. They claim that it has like the heavy duty glass that they put on like cell phones and stuff, so you can't scratch and crack the face of the watch, which I need because my current one, the face of my watch is all scratched up from working on my car.
Yes.
So I wanted something heavy duty, and like all of your, like if you get like a Garmin or like a Apple or any like a Samsung watch, those ones I guess are crap and they break easy. So I didn't want to go that route.
Okay. Well, there you go. Shaddai, have you done any early Black Friday shopping?
Yes, it's more for my kids. I just bought clothes. Like yesterday, I just finished my son's clothes shopping, but for myself, not yet. I am with Terry. I do
Socks.
have but hey, this is the best time to actually buy things. But I'm with Cool Cat Terry. I do have a watch, but I bought it really, really early. It's called the Starfield's watch. So I don't have to. That's good enough for me. So I don't need another extra watch.
There you go. All
And
right.
that one is a collector's edition.
We can keep
I
it.
bought You know the Mega Constructs Xbox 360 that we talked about like a month back.
I saw that on Target. I was like, "What is
Yeah, I
this?"
bought it at Target, $50 off. Plus, I got to
Yes.
use my Target Circle discounts. I got it
Sweet.
for like $120.
Yeah, it was 130. Well, what is it like? It's an actual console, right?
No. It's just I guess it's a Mega Construct. It has lights and it turns on and it's cool. But no, it's just a console.
Yeah, because I saw it, I'm like, don't tell me they're actually selling it 100, 130 right now when it's already done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then I also got some Nintendo Switch games that were um on the GameStop 90% off sale. So I got some of those. Some older ones, of course, because that's what's 90% off. But whatever, I got it. So yeah, so far I think I've spent like $130, $140 on Black Friday. So yeah, not too bad, not too shabby, not too shabby. But we'll see. And of course, I got to buy my wife something. My beautiful wife. She doesn't know what I'm buying her yet, but you know what? It's going to be a surprise for both of us.
He's trying to sorbeto that, trying to suck it up.
Let's check in with the Iconic Chat, see what they're up to. Shout out to Doggy Dog 420. Of course, you can see Doggy Dog 420 every Friday night on the Iconic Video Games Podcast. He says, "Good morning, everyone.
I'm always
Thank
first.
you so much for joining us, Doggy Dog. You are the real MVP." We got Back from the Dead saying, "Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Back from the Dead. You are also the real MVP." Let's see. I saw someone else. Jacob Novik. Shout out to Jacob Novik. Thank you so much for joining us. You are also the real MVP. He says hi. And Jacob said, Sweden don't celebrate Black Friday.
No, he was talking about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
No, Thanksgiving.
It is an American holiday. Mm-hmm. Canada has their own version of Thanksgiving in October, I think.
Boxing Day?
Like,
so in other words, it's called UPS Day.
Yeah, there's Canadian Thanksgiving in October.
Or is that English? I don't know which one it is. I think it might be English.
Yeah, I think that's an English one. I know there is a Canadian Thanksgiving in October, and then American Thanksgiving is in November.
Box Day. I'm like that.
Oh, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. Yeah, so sorry. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. Okay, sorry. I'm not Canadian. Let's see. Back from the Dead says, "Thankfully, I'm a federal employee. I haven't worked at Thanksgiving for the last 10 years. My wife picked up a 22.5. I'm going to assume that means pounds. Turkey. We cooked so much, we eat leftovers for a week." Yeah, no kidding.
Feed 20 people with that.
Yeah. My mom is probably going to get a turkey about the same size. Let's see. Jacob Novik says, "I upgraded from an S to an X a few days before the sale started." Woo! Way to go. I'm sure you're happy with that upgrade. Don't forget to upgrade yourself to an LG OLED. That's right. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Congratulations to all of you who have spent $700 so far on the shopping season. Real important stuff here. So, but let's get right into the show, guys. I hope some of the chat has joined in. And by the way, chat, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure to hit that like button, especially it helps us get discovered in the gaming section of YouTube where we are going live at. So yeah, that really helps us. The more likes we have, the more the algorithm pushes us.
Yep. Punch that subscribe button.
That's right. We too can defeat the YouTube algorithm boss. The biggest boss in the world, trust me.
It's a secret boss.
Oh no, it's not a secret. This boss has unlimited HP. It's insane. Yeah. So here we go, guys. So let's start off with not great news at all this week, too much, but Knights of the Old Republic. If you played back in the day, Knights of the Old Republic on the OG Xbox, I believe it came out in like 2003, 2004. You know what a big deal BioWare's Knights of the Old Republic was. It was so fun, so great. What a great crafted world we had, or universe. So, according to Jeff Grubb, he says this game is not being worked on in any way at any studio. Jeff Grubb confirms what we already suspected. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is dead in the water. So, let's go over the timeline, right? Let's go over the stuff here. A rumor is currently circulating that Remake has been canceled, and Reddit users have gathered compelling evidence, including the trailer being delisted from YouTube and posts being deleted mentioning the game from PlayStation's X page or Twitter. Right? We also have suggestions may have been made that Saber Interactive are a subsidiary of Embracer Group who are going through turmoil right now, and that the game has been shelved. And then we have a nice little timeline. So on September 30th, in response to circulating news, a Sony representative stated that removal of the KOTOR remake trailer was purely down to music licensing issues, but fans were unconvinced. And on November 17th, when this was published, Jeff Ground's podcast, he confirmed that nobody's working on Knights of the Old Republic remake. I just want to clear it up. The game is not being worked on right now. So there you go. If you remember this, the original announcement was on a trailer, a cinematic trailer from Asper Entertainment, right? And it was exclusive to the PlayStation. We talked about it. And then I guess there were other rumors going around that Asper was just mismanaging it. It wasn't looking very good. They were behind schedule, so they moved it over to Saber Interactive. And now, Embracer is struggling as a whole. So maybe they're also behind schedule, and the game may have been canceled. But according to Jeff Grubb, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is dead. Terry, did you love Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
I never played it. It came out on the OG Xbox. Mm-hmm. I never owned the OG Xbox. So, yeah, no, I never played it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
You're missing out.
So yeah, I mean, had this game ever got remade or remastered, then I would play it, and just to see what all the fuss is about. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I didn't own the system it was on, so I never played it.
They didn't remake it, but they re-release it all the time, don't they?
I don't know. I also don't follow. I also don't pay attention to Star Wars. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so.
Oh, okay. And in case you guys are wondering, Star Wars, which won Game of the Year for the year it was on, only scored an 84 across the average, according to OpenCritic. So, yeah, this game is something. Yeah, so Terry doesn't know what she's missing out on. Shadai, did you play Star Wars? What did you think about it?
What did I think? I never played it either.
What the heck kind of group do I have here?
Because the thing is, during that time on the OG, I was too focused on Ninja Gaiden, Gun Valkyrie, and all that, and KOTOR never caught my attention.
Are you a Star Wars fan, Shadai?
I'll be honest. I could say no. I was more a casual until years later. That's when I became a Star Wars, Star Wars fan.
We're not Star Wars fans, so no F's given on this game.
Okay, well, were you at least interested in the remaster?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I will play a Star Wars game if it has a good story and gameplay. Even if I don't understand any of the lore or the characters in the background, I play, what was it?
Fallen Order.
Is that the new? Was that
Jedi
Survivor? Was that the first or the second one?
The first one is Fallen Order. The second one is Survivor.
So I played the first one.
That's
Fallen Order. And I thought it was decent. I thought the character was terrible, and it was he's a terrible Jedi.
He's a terrible character.
He was a terrible character.
He was just an apprentice.
He shouldn't even be chosen to be an apprentice. The guy had he had terrible character. So I didn't like him as a character. I thought he was lame. But the gameplay.
Back to the Republic.
The gameplay was decent, so I played it, and I am looking forward to Outlaws, but so yeah, if, like I said, if they had remade this game, I would have given it a go just to try it out. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Okay. Well, for those of us that did play this game, first off, the dialogue was amazing. The ending was amazing. Well, one of the many endings you got were amazing, depending on your choices. It affected the ending, which was fantastic. The robot shown here. Let me see if I can click on this. There we go. The robot here, the fact that he's like your protector, but he's always talking like mass murder is amazing. It's like the dark humor that we all need and love.
So is this like an MMO?
It is no. It is
or is it an action adventure?
It is an RPG.
Like Dragon Age type.
You give your character in the combat. You give your characters commands, right? And they execute those commands based on dice rolls that are happening in the background.
That's similar to Mass Effect.
Yes, okay. I mean it is BioWare, so.
No, I mean the gameplay, but yeah, but it seems to me that you tell your squad what to do and they actually do it.
So would you say the game mechanics in this game is probably, because I haven't played it, so I have no clue. Would you say the game mechanics that they have in this game, they maybe have reused and improved on for like Dragon Age and then later on Mass Effect? Or are those mechanics not even in those?
I would say it's closer to Mass Effect 1.
I figured.
Yeah. Because once Mass Effect 2 came out, they completely rehauled that combat system. Way different. But yeah, you give your characters commands, right? And they dice roll it against the bad guys, and you take damage, and the amount of damage you take or don't take, and the amount of damage you deal is based on dice rolls. Or RNG, if you will. And it's really fun. It's really cool because you can get these really cool lightsaber fights going on. You can do these. You can have shootouts. You can have different types of lightsabers. You can dual wield. You can get the lightsabers, I don't know, bow, where it's dual lightsabers on each side. If you don't want to use lightsabers, they have these things called vibra swords that are just as deadly. It is so cool. So even your non-Jedis can fight Jedis. It is such a cool universe. The way they describe the way the Sith army came about was new for the time. It was an amazing game. One of the best villains we've seen in a long time. It really made you hate him. And, you know, the pre-Yoda that was in here was also cool. His name wasn't Yoda. I think his name started with an S. I believe that's what his name started with. But this game is beloved as it was an Xbox exclusive for a long time. BioWare was Xbox exclusive for a while. But yeah, this game came around. It has, out of 327 reviews, 4 out of 5 stars. It is technically ranked the number 10 game on Xbox in sales, I believe. So it is a big deal for those of you who know about it, right? And it released on Xbox in 2003, Windows in 2003, Macintosh in 2004, iPhone and iPad in 2013, 2014 on Android. In 2017, it went on sale via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One. And in 2021, they re-released it on the Nintendo Switch. So it has been ported many times over, but just know, everybody, the OG is on the Xbox, right? Yeah, I remember coming home. At the time, I was working at Pizza Hut, and I remember coming home. I had a partner at that time, and I would 100% ignore my partner because I wanted to play this game so bad.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, she would have no choice but to watch me play this game for hours because that's all I wanted. Like, that's how good the story was. That's how much I wanted to do it. And because everybody, there was no...
You shouldn't say that your partner
game addiction.
Yeah. Your partner is watching on the chat, so careful what you say.
No, not that partner. No. That's a different one.
No, you might transfer it. You're like, I'm gonna keep an eye on you too, Axel.
No.
Don't give out your secrets.
Partner like that. I would never do that.
Don't give out your secret on playing.
So the remake being canceled, I guess is the word I'm going to use, is it's sad to me because I am looking forward to it, but I'm even more sad that it's an exclusive, I don't believe it should be. I believe that this game, you know, the fact that it's never been on the competitor console and then the remake is that makes me upset. I don't like it. But the remake being canceled is more than anything sad because even though I have my preferred platform, I still have the other one. I was going to play this game no matter what, probably. And it kind of sucks that these studios that are being contracted to do a remake can't get their show together. Um, this was a big hype moment when it was revealed. Was it revealed on E3 timeline? I want to say it was when it was originally revealed. So yeah, I am very sad that Knights of the Old Republic remake is not being made. Makes me sad. Overall, do you think that the maybe the game is underfunded? Is that why it's not going well, or do you think that the studios are being mismanaged and that's why they had to get rid of it?
They probably didn't want to pay Disney. Or couldn't afford Disney. They couldn't afford to get the rights from Disney. Disney said no. I don't know. It could be because of Disney. It could have been there isn't enough third person cinematics in this game. I don't know. So
Yeah, I don't know about that because if that was the case, we wouldn't have Star Wars Outlaws and we wouldn't have Fallen Order or Survivor.
those are multi-plat. This is supposed to be a PlayStation game. That's
No,
what I'm saying. It doesn't fit the PlayStation brand.
well,
Okay.
let's put it this way. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to Xbox and they have massive funding and ended up again as a exclusive
Like,
for
who
Xbox.
owns the rights to the game? Like,
I think it's Lucas.
The rights to the game is technically owned by BioWare, as it is
BioWare
their game.
owns the rights. They didn't sell them to like Disney or anything.
I mean,
thought it was
Disney
Lucas.
owns the licensing, of course, and of course you have to relicense where you're going to do this. So right now, let's see. The information I can get from here is the publishers are LucasArts, which is now owned by Disney,
Mm-hmm.
Disney Interactive, which is of course the new parent company of Star Wars, and Asper Media is the last update. So maybe that's the
Who
problem.
owns
They're trying to
Asper?
transfer it over to what's the name of that new company that's working on it? Saber Interactive, and Asper may not be letting go of their license. They're like, oh no, we paid this much for it, and we took so much time for it, so you're gonna pay us back this plus some. Otherwise, we're not selling this license. That could be it.
What they're saying is they want more money, and Sony's wallet's too tiny.
Pretty right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah, that's about right.
Well, I mean, if I buy a license to work on a game and I start working on it and you're unhappy with what I'm working on and you want to take it somewhere else, I'm not just going to let you take it. I still put money into it. I got a studio to run. You're going to pay me for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything that is animal related, studio will not touch it.
Saber. Is that an animal? I mean, I know the saber-tooth tiger is, but is a saber an animal?
It's not an animal. It's a cat.
Saber is a sword.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I think saber, I think of swords.
Oh, jeez.
All right, how about we combine the two and we go Thundercats? That's why they're cats and a sword.
Stop with your cartoons.
But yeah, no, that could be happening to it. Shaddai, how do you feel?
Nothing. It's like any other. No, because it's like right now, if we look at it, it's probably also a lot of, people are being let go because of layoffs. That could be it also, because everybody from the whole industry is having some massive layoffs.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they announced probably Saber didn't have the people. Also, their plans were met because remember probably they had certain date for Star Wars to release, and Saber was like, we can't do it because we have this plan for this game to release, so it will pretty much shadow our the rest of our plannings. So that could be it also. So,
Yeah, I prefer saying Sony doesn't have deep pockets.
They're broke.
Yeah,
They're broke.
yeah,
AF.
that's because it went all the money to that portal.
Oh my god! What a
They
terrible
spent
thing.
it all on R&D for that new handheld, right? That's
What was that to R&D? Oh my god! I feel like.
Look, we have to over-engineer it now.
Do you ever see how like iPhone people click on like they do Photoshops of like, oh, here's the Lightning port, and they photoshopped the USB-C port on top of it, and they're like, we did it, iPhone 15.
Oh, jeez.
That's exactly what I feel happened with the PlayStation Portal. They're like, they took their PlayStation DualSense or DualSense, and where the touchscreen is, they just like, what if we expand, make it large? They like photoshopped it big, and they're like, we did it, PlayStation Portal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. We could talk about mobile device trajectories. I guess here we can score it off on it. But before we do, let me check in with the chat. Let's see. Sony supposedly saw the work progress and said that the games weren't cinematic enough. If so, why? Hey, QuickTime events. It's been their staple, man. If it's not QuickTime events, it's not Sony. You know it. Let's see. Splendifer says, good morning. Good morning, Splendifer. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Luis Vian, who joins us. You are the MVP of my life. Thank you so much for supporting me in everything I do. Jacob Novik says, I have the first game on my X via backwards compatibility, but I haven't touched it. Oh man, you gotta get you touching. It's a great game. Let's see. Back from the Dead says, I played Knights of the Old Republic a bit. It's Star Wars ESO style. The game hasn't been re-released. The original is back compat. There you go. So backwards compatibility. And shout out to Dan, the man Cunningham, for joining us. He says, good morning all. How's everybody doing today? Hey, thank you so much for joining us, Dan, the man Cunningham.
Dan the man. MVP.
And how you doing? How you doing, Terry? He asked you.
I'm doing fantastic.
There you go. And Dan the man Cunningham, of course, says he loved Knights of the Old Republic, as he should. Let's see. Elder Scrolls Online, that is. It plays like Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to have to disagree, as I play a lot of Elder Scrolls Online. On Elder Scrolls Online, I have a lot of control over my character, but you're right. The damage is RNG based.
Holy crap.
But direct command control. In Knights of the Old Republic, you have commands like I want you to attack or I want you to use a force power or something.
So I want to interrupt real quick. I looked it up, and if you don't have this game, it's currently on sale for $5. So
let me go get it. Let me go get it.
You gotta go get it on Xbox right now for $5.
Let me use my Bing points.
The sale ends in 12 days.
Oh man, and Shaddai has left to go get Knights of the Old Republic. So I'm just kidding.
I gotta use those Bing points.
5,000 reviews on it.
5,000 reviews. What? How many stars?
2.5 thousand, and like the 5th star is like 95% filled in.
There you go. You guys are missing one of the goats. One of the goats.
Let me go get it.
I might have to get it. Is this single player?
Yes, it is only single player. The Xbox Live symbol on here is for downloadable content, which was like new lightsaber colors and crap like that.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Oh man, does it have time events? I hate that crap.
I know there was very little cinematic.
Were there missions that had like time limits? Like you had to get something done within a time? I hate that. That's stuff.
I mean, sure, but the time limit was like days, I think.
Okay. I just remember retro gaming, PlayStation like 1 days, and a lot of games for whatever reason thought, we're gonna make a lot of these missions really hard, and they're all gonna be time attack challenges, and I'm like, oh.
Oh my gosh! I've been playing Final Fantasy VII again, and I got to the Mako reactor where you got to blow it up and you got to leave before it blows up, and it's so stressful because you run into random encounters,
okay.
Right? It's just crazy, yeah. Let's see. And shout out to Graphic God. Thank you so much for joining us. He says, good morning, Xbox. I know it's redundant, but it's accurate. Hey, no lies detected. No lies detected. And Dan the Man Cunningham says he had a great time with Knights of the Old Republic. Jacob Novik says that it was said to be 3 years timed exclusive. It might as well be full exclusive. 3 years time exclusive. The generation will be over. What's the point at that juncture? You know.
There, I officially own it.
Yeah.
It better be a good $5 spent.
Man, if she can do it, I can do it too.
There you go. Get it. And let's see. Jacob Noah says, remind me of a Pirates of the Caribbean game that was made 100% fully developed in the early 2010s, but when it was fully done, turns out the devs didn't ask Disney, who said no. Dang. That sucks. I didn't know about that. Well, there you go. Learn something new every day. And shout out to Chael Walker. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, I have Knights of the Republic and Knights of the Republic 2, the Sith Lords. Yeah. So, there we go, guys. Knights of the Republic. But let's move on. Let's see. So, Shaddai wants to talk about Killer Instinct will be shown next week by Iron Galaxy.
That's if you wanted to. Yeah. They announced that not too long ago through the Killer Instinct Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, that next week they will show the new upgraded, visuals and gameplay of Killer Instinct. I don't know if they said I don't know if it says the date or something like that, but I know that it is on the Killer Instinct Twitter account that they will show that.
So this says Killer Instinct will receive new details and an upcoming update on November 22nd.
Yep.
Iron Galaxy is confirmed for the developer stream and could provide a date for the next update, which adds 4K support for Xbox Series X and S. All right, so there you go. It's just an announcement for an announcement. That's cool. Yeah. Killer Instinct being the fighting IP that came with Rare, Xbox should be taking good care of this IP. Some people feel that they're not. So yeah, it's good news that Iron Galaxy is working on it though, as they are a great fighting developer. They have already worked on Killer Instinct. They've been maintaining it. So yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I send it to you to your DM. Same thing, but through straight from the Twitter, whatever.
Straight from the Twitterverse.
Yeah, Twitterverse. Yeah.
Let's see. The tweet reads. Let me see. Hold on. Let me minimize some of this. Make this a little bigger.
No, but it's about time because everybody keep asking for a new Killer Instinct, but my goodness, that would be it.
So there you go. On Wednesday, November 22nd at 1 p.m. Pacific time, we'll be walking everyone through our balance updates as promised during an announcement at EVO. Don't miss out as our friends at Iron Galaxy go over bug fixes, changes, buffs, nerfs, and burfs. Buff and nerfs. Burfs.
Or nothing. Nerfs or nothing.
That's right. So there you go. Killer Instinct. For those of you who care. Do you care, Terry?
I mean, it's a good game, but I don't play fighters anymore.
Oh, you're too good. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But is it a free update? Because I do have Killer Instinct.
I think it is. It has to be free. It's not like, they update it and then charge you $10 like a certain company I know.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I know anything that is free is welcome.
Yes.
But it just every single time that I play that game and I look at Saber Wolf, it looked like one of those papers that they use for birthdays or whatever it is. It looked like a confetti, whatever it is, but it looked horrible. I'm sorry. I'm like, if I wanted to compare to like Mortal Kombat, man, the quality of like Mortal Kombat is way better than Killer Instinct and
Killer Instinct is way older right now than Mortal Kombat. I mean, it launched in 2013?
But even me, I wanted it to look similar to what Mortal Kombat, looks, because that game, it has to be on the same quality as Mortal Kombat.
Quality, yes. Art style, no. I'll disagree with the art style.
Not the art style, but the clarity of I'm talking about the quality wise, yes.
So hopefully this update will let you look at their faces with more detail, I guess is the main point.
Nah, it needs to be a little bit sharper than that.
Who's the lady that won the Killer Instinct tournament? what is her name? I
Or-
had her name. The
Orchid.
green lady.
Orchid.
That's right. There you go. That way, Orchid is in high definition detail for you. Should I?
Yeah, and I wish, not for nothing, but I just wish if Iron Galaxy comes with a surprise and say, you know what? Remember back in the old days of Killer Instinct that they do some type of fatality and they bring that up instead of having those unlimited combo, ultras. We want those. We
No
want
way.
those.
The combos that would make Killer Instinct Killer Instinct.
No, you could keep. Remember, in the Super Nintendo days, you had your combos, but also you have your finishers. But in the new Mortal Kombat, they don't have them like that. They pretty much have them the ultra combos. We don't have no finishers. So where's my finishers? I want those.
You want your Killer Instinct finishers.
Yeah, of course. That's what made them good. I'm like, remember when Orchid was turning back and it was because she was opening her shirt? Or
yeah. They died from looking at her tatas.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you want in 4K. Should
hey, 4K clarity. Hey, what about Riptor? Riptor ate him and farted.
I mean, to be fair, if you took the finishers and like the brutalities out of Mortal Kombat, people wouldn't like Mortal Kombat.
But that's what happened to Killer Instinct. They took that part out.
Maybe for a good reason. I mean, what kind of finisher is that? Showing it opening your t-shirt.
That's back in the days. You know what I mean?
Or 100% 90s.
No, Orchid, like her batons. They're electrical. You could electrocute your opponent real bad with those things.
Doesn't Orchid have like a jaguar or something she can summon?
Yeah, it's a fire jaguar.
A fire jaguar. That's right.
It's a fire kitty.
A fire kitty. Okay.
I know.
Where's Jago? Is Jago in here? Because I know Jago knows all about Killer Instinct.
We don't need to hear from Diego Kukin.
Yeah, Jago in here. From Hago.
Here goes Jacob Novik. Axel versus Eternal WWE. No, stop it.
No.
He doesn't want to go.
We're not even. Don't stop saying the W word. We don't say that here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go against me on those things.
Yeah. So Shaddai wants his 4K Orchid finisher. I don't know how else to say that, Shaddai. You left me with no choice, buddy.
Because that was pretty much an example, but it needs to bring back what made Killer Instinct special, which it was pretty much exactly similar to how Mortal Kombat is with their finishers.
Terry,
out of everybody, you got to bring Orchid. Yes, of course.
Terry, do we need the Orchid Flash finisher to make this game great again? Will it make Killer Instinct great again?
If they bring the finishers.
Will they glow? Will they glow like her batons?
Will they electrocute?
You know what?
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, I am not saying nothing. I use an example. Oh boy, I'm not saying nothing.
Will that finisher? Will the return of the Flash finisher make Killer Instinct great? Okay, hold on. Before we move on, hold on a second. Terry, we had a poll about Star Wars. We were supposed to be talking about Star Wars. Terry,
you brought Killer Instinct. You brought Killer Instinct. You're the one who Shaddai wanted it to talk about this. So you're the one who changed.
All right. So how do you feel about the KOTOR remake not being worked on and a whopping 69% feel nothing? They don't care.
Yeah.
15% are sad and an equal 7% split are angry and happy. So
See?
yeah, there's no emotions for KOTOR.
There's no emotions. All right.
It went through the top and came out from the bottom, from the back. No, they don't feel nothing. Never mind.
All right, here we go. All right, we're going to start a poll. We're going to ask the chat. Will the Orchid Flash finisher make Killer Instinct great again?
Oh, God. I'm going to put yes.
So while this chat is voting on the Orchid Flash finisher, Terry, will the Orchid Flash finisher make Killer Instinct great again?
I mean, sex sells, so yeah.
Oh my
God.
goodness, XL. So yeah, all right. So Terry's in the yes vote. Shadai, are you yes or no?
The question I would say that's just only a finisher, but you could put a fight finisher from Riptor. So yeah, they should bring back the finishers from Killer Instinct. They should bring. That's what made them special.
I think they would be disrespecting the legacy of the franchise if they don't bring back the Flash finisher. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see. Let's check it with the chat. See how they feel. Jason Max says, "Just remember, Xbox is number one." Absolutely. Let's see. By the way, Jason Max, thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Doggy Dog says, "Killer Instinct Baby, November 22nd is the show." That's right.
Yo, we're gonna go for that double KO with Doggy. I'm gonna hit that. We're gonna hit that.
There you go. Nixie says, "Good morning, everybody." Shout out to Nixie. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Let's see. And Iron Galaxy says that they will work on Killer Instinct for the next 10 years. So he thinks Xbox already bought them for Killer Instinct 2. I don't know, because Asobo is working on Flight Simulator for the next 10 years, but Xbox didn't buy them. So, there's some people are long-term contracts. Yeah, and Doggy Dog says, hopefully Xbox announces that they acquired Iron Galaxy at the show too. Jacob Novak says, Xbox needs to buy Gearbox, which is rumored to be up for sale, and the Borderlands IP. Hard pass on Borderlands, just saying. And shout out to Noof Nukem. Boom, boom, kaboom. Noof Nukem is in the room. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. I'd love to see what Noof Nukem would say to the Flash finisher.
Oh, no. He would say a lot of things. He got an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Let's see. Who do it say Axel 1324 in the Orky pick? Back from the dead. The way you're describing it, I'd want Orchid to finish me.
Hey, Axel could go to YouTube and find how her finisher is in the Super Nintendo. So
did Super Nintendo really put that on there? I mean, they were so friendly.
Well, is YouTube they don't show it? She's just showing her back.
Let me see. Killer Instinct
Orchid finisher.
Orchid finisher. Let me see if I can find it. Orchid finisher SNES. There we go.
It just turned her back, and
they even call it Flash Fatality.
Oh, so that's they call it now, Flash Fatality?
I'm looking at a video, and it's called Orchid's Flash Fatality.
Oh God.
That's literally what they're calling it.
Wow. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at Shadai's dream. Here we go. Man's been in prison a long time, guys. He's been in prison a long time. All right, here we go.
So you're telling me that's the first time I see female? Yeah.
And here you go. I'm slowing this down. There it is. The Flash finisher. The Flash finisher. And I want you to look at the name of the. This was
shit, guys.
Killer Instinct Arcade Orchid Flash.
That was her That was her finisher. It was something else.
This was literally. This was Shadai's introduction to bestiality.
No. Hey, either she'll do that or she'll turn you into a toad. That's what she does. Oops. Either she'll flash you or she turns you into a toad.
So there you go, everybody. There is the Flash finisher in all its glory. And Shad wants the 4K upgrade for it. Let's check in how the chat feels. This has been a fun topic. Let's see.
Yo, Noof, really?
Let's see how the chat feels. Terry, we had a poll. How do they feel?
All right. Will the Orchid Flash finisher make Killer Instinct great again? 66% said yes. I would die if I saw it.
Man, if it was 69, it would have been better.
Meh.
Oh my God, so funny. So funny. Shadai, how do you pick these topics, bro?
Because I talk about them on Friday, and so I'm like, let me add this one too to see your your opinions about it.
Well, there you go. That's the opinion. Eternal Shadai needs the Flash finisher back. Oh my God, and that's so funny.
The Ooga pack.
That's funny. I won't put it on here, but that's funny.
the Ooga pack.
That's right. All right, let's move it along. Shadai, get your head out of the gutter there, guy. All right.
Just in case it wasn't me, it was Axel who started it.
Unbelievable. Don't blame me for your topic. It goes where it goes.
Oh, okay.
It's a natural flow.
It's a natural flow.
Yes.
Web Dave, good morning. How are you? And welcome.
By the way, guys, sorry there's a little delay here. There's a lot of ads loading up right now for some reason.
I'm sorry for the delay, everybody. Just actually looking for the better version of that finisher, in 8K, maybe 10K.
It doesn't exist. They haven't made it.
So now he wants it.
now everybody wants it.
That's right.
He's trying to say.
Let's see. Shout out to Web Dave. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. We appreciate you. All right. So let's move the topics right along, guys, to the next one on the show here. And that is the Xbox tax. For those of you who don't know, the anti-Xbox media, Xbox bashing has led people to believe that games that are published by Xbox or owned by Xbox are being rated lower simply because they are Xbox. They're given lower scores. So because of that, they're saying that games are paying the Xbox tax. This came up real big on Starfield. That it is a new IP. Every Todd Howard game has been nominated for Game of the Year, and the only one that didn't get nominated is the one that he made under the Xbox umbrella so far. So they're saying, oh, it's Xbox tax for this, Xbox tax for that. But there have been some people on Twitter have started to gather evidence of the Xbox tax coming, if you will, from the horse's mouths themselves. Let me see if I can find this real quick. So the first one is coming from
Don Matrick.
Metro UK, whatever the heck they are. And the specific portion of the article that I'm going to read here, it's saying here, admittedly, that's not saying much, given that this is also the first Xbox Series X exclusive to be published by Microsoft themselves. The wasteland that has been the Xbox release schedules for the last few years limits the accolades we can give the game. So you're telling me that simply because Xbox took their time in delaying games, you're going to punish the accolades you can give a game like Hi-Fi Rush? What? Is that fair? Terry, is that fair? Is Metro UK fair here?
What?
Should games be punished for the sins of their predecessors?
No, I mean,
for the sins of the publishing schedule.
No, you're supposed to, rate the game based on the game. Like, how does it perform? How's the story, how the mechanics. The release date is not part of the review. So.
Now, keep in mind, Hi-Fi Rush was not nominated for Game of the Year, and it was a high-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let me look at the Open Critic for Hi-Fi Rush right now. Let me see. Whoops, that's not a Hi-Fi Rush. There we go. Open Critic Hi-Fi Rush has currently an 89.
That's a good
and
score.
96% of critics recommend. So should Hi-Fi Rush not be nominated for Game of the Year category? And is it paying the Xbox tax based on this?
I play Hi-Fi Rush. I beat it. Really good game. It reminds me of some other games.
Mm-hmm.
Should it be candidate of Game of the Year?
Yeah.
Looking on how until now is really like it's too many of the games that it could probably be maybe better than Hi-Fi Rush. It just everybody will see it I know they're gonna say like, "What the hell are you talking about?" The way I see it is like Devil May Cry-ish because of the style of the fighting. You could say Beautiful Joe because everything is about rhythms, so it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
click with everybody. Something like that. It is. I could say like an action game could be.
Mm-hmm.
Really good art design, good music. Yes, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
But for that to be a game of the year contender, I never saw that because the story is not solid as any other. The question is it really, if you want to compare Hi-Fi Rush, which is Tango, Gameworks, and Bethesda, to Starfield, you tell me which one have the better story.
But I mean, a game of the year is not just about story. It's also about gameplay. It's
No,
about
that's a given.
soundtrack. It's about like hitting on all cylinders, right?
No, that I
And a game that's rated
understand.
89, 990, I mean, that's hard to do on an average aggregate site.
No, but I
So this game is
understand
hitting.
that. See, I understand that. But sometimes I look at the scale of the
Mm-hmm.
games because Hi-Fi Rush is very linear compared to Starfield that it just you explore to your heart content. So
Mm-hmm.
which one are you gonna get and which one are you gonna prefer? The one that lets you do a lot of the things or the one that just pretty much from point A to point B? And we've seen those a lot. And not a lot of them get nominated like that. You know, not a lot of the times. Right now, we see what Baldur's Gate. That's endless. I'm gonna use Starfield. That's endless. The only one that I see that is linear is Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4. Yeah, Mario Wonders.
Mm-hmm.
But as a gamer, sometimes you want to do a lot of different things. It gets you hooked up on it instead of just linear point A, point B, and then go for the next one.
Oh man, ugh. Yeah, you're firing me up, should I?
But it's true though.
Because linear games, Mario Wonder is linear. You play level 1, you move to level 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. You play World 2, World 3, all the way through the 8 level worlds, and it got nominated. And well, yeah, they redid some of the Mario worlds where you basically it turns into an acid trip, and I love the game. Let's be honest, that's linear. You don't even have to play every level to beat Mario Wonder.
But that's like Hi-Fi Rush. I could go here, do some platforming, whatever. I'm not
But
saying
my
that it's a
point is
bad
Mario
game.
Wonder got nominated.
But yes,
Right?
I understand
It's
that.
not paying a tax, right? Is what I'm saying. So
No,
like Hi-Fi Rush is an example of this, right? In 2021, Xbox had the highest rated game of the year in Forza Horizon of the year, and it only got one nomination, the highest rated game of the year,
but the
and
other thing is,
it paid the tax. But
the other
let's
thing, I
move
don't know what
on
they're
here.
talking about. At the same
Yeah.
time, they're not mentioning when they release Sea of Thieves, Grounded. That is a really good one. Pentiment. They just want to.
Yeah,
They're just
Pentiment was
freaking.
good. Well, you loved Pentiment. That was a really
Yes,
good game.
that was a heck of a game, and I don't care about the gameplay. It's just the story itself was good. But what I'm saying is that they trying to pick and choose, but they don't want to choose the other game that they release until now. Sea of Thief is successful, Grounded is successful. Like I said, Pentiment is good. Forza Horizon, like you said, then they don't even want to touch that. It's just they trying to be nitpicking. That's
I
pretty
guess
much it.
so. Let's move on to the next piece of evidence here. First, let's check in with the chat. I love getting the chats. First off, shout out to Web Dave. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. We got my friend Sean Hylamore. Thank you so much for joining us. You are also the real MVP. Noof is saying what I'm saying. I'm telling you, no Xbox game will get Game of the Year nominations. That's right. The
Yep.
last time Xbox got a Game of the Year nomination was, and I'm talking like a pure Xbox game, not one they picked up right, like and got nominated. So like
Halo.
Psychonauts 2, even though it's an Xbox game, I would say
Halo.
the last time a game that was fully developed under Xbox got nominated was Obama was still president. Just saying, that's quite some time ago, right? Let's see. Noof Dukem says the media gets clicks by crapping on Xbox.
Yep.
Doggy Dog says Hi-Fi Rush is one of my games of the year, if not my top game. Look at
mine
Modern
too.
Warfare 3, now under Xbox umbrella, gets the lowest Metascore of any Call of Duty. Coincidence? I think not. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hi-Fi Rush had a great story, amazing humor, and great soundtrack. The soundtrack is second to none. The
Yep.
fact, if this doesn't win best soundtrack, I don't know what the heck is going on, right?
That's true.
So yeah. And Nick says, is the question that every high-rated Xbox game has to be nominated for the Game Awards? No, it's just the fact that Xbox games get they're paying the tax in the review scores in themselves, and when it comes to award shows, they also pay a tax, as in nobody pays attention to them because they're Xbox. Uh, even if they're great games. So like in Hi-Fi Rush, it's a highly rated game this year, is nowhere to be seen in the top 6. People just forgot about it, and it's not the only one. We'll get into more Game Award stuff later, right? Game of the Year isn't about a new story or good performance based on a couple of games there. Game of the Year is whatever Jeff Keighley and Friends popularity contest wants it to be. Hard facts on that. Yeah. And here, Noof Nukem makes a good point. Gears of War Ultimate Edition received lower scores than the original Gears, despite better graphics, control, extra content, bigger multiplayer. So why is that? Exactly, Noof. Exactly. You're making my point for me. Gears 5, which I thought, speaking of Gears 5, which I thought was the most complete game released the year it came out, with 5 modes. It had a campaign, PvP multiplayer, horde mode, co-op, escape mode, and a map builder. That is a complete game, and it didn't get nominated. That's a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
And it got low. It got rated an 80 something when it should have been. It was easily my favorite game that year. Let's see. Yeah, and Doggy Dog also said they moved the deadline date to not include Forza Horizon 5 that year. Total obvious BS.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Shout out to Doggy. G-Off show is for the announcements. The actual awards are a joke. Yeah, I kind of have to agree a little bit with you. I think the award still matters, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Noof Nukem saying Xbox is killing it on variety and context. Nick says Xbox tax was a word created because that was the shift from the ABK deal. A lot of Xbox content creators have difficulty just talking about the games itself in depth. Yeah. Let's see. If Microsoft buys Rockstar, they would get given the year nomination. Nope. The Grand Theft Auto 6 would be the worst Grand Theft Auto ever made. Just saying. So yeah, Spider-Man 2 will win every award. It's not nominated except for Game of the Year, just like God of War last year. And Starfield was nominated, but not for Game of the Year. Not that I saw. Was Starfield nominated for Game of the Year? I don't think it was.
No.
So let's move on to the next piece of evidence here. So Quantum Break, I'm going to put this up here. As you can see, got a 78 average. Quantum Break. A lot of if you're an Xbox guy and you played Quantum Break, you know the greatness that is Quantum Break, right?
Really good game.
But so recently, Polygon released an article that says everyone slept on Quantum Break, but you don't have to. And in particular, right here, I don't blame anyone for missing Remedy Entertainment's 2016 TV show action game hybrid Quantum Break. There were frankly a dozen reasons to be perplexed by it, like the fact that it was a TV show action game hybrid, or that it was inextricably that's a hard word for me, inextricably tied in the Microsoft's failed effort to make the Xbox One an all-in-one entertainment platform. When Quantum Break was released, Remedy wasn't the story, which means Quantum Break wasn't the story. The Xbox One was. Microsoft positioned every new exclusive as a potential system seller that would rival Sony's first-party stable, and most critics evaluated it on that basis. That's not to say nobody was wise to Remedy's lies, referential style. The game has its origins in Remedy's first attempt at an Alan Wake sequel, and there's a full-on teaser trailer called Return, and all that good stuff. Anyways, but here. And most critics evaluated it on that basis. The fact that, so they evaluated it based on the Xbox One as a console, not the game. The game. How many times do you hear people say it's all about the games? Oh, you want a system seller? Make the games. Quantum Break was a fantastic game.
A really good game.
And the TV time was even better, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If you were there in 2013 experiencing it live. And it was supposed to be this amazing title that was going to last years, and even Quantum Break 2 was going to tie into the series and potentially a movie. It was these big aspirations that never came to fruition, and Quantum Break suffered because of it. And so, yeah, I think this is another example of Xbox games paying the Xbox tax. They're not rating the games just as pure games alone. They are rating the games based just the fact that they are Xbox games, even if they're great games. Terry, do you refute this evidence?
For Quantum Break? I mean,
in general, I'm using Quantum Break as a reference point, but you can just talk about Xbox tax in general.
I don't know. I do think there's some bias within the Xbox fans where they want to use it as, there are some games that do deserve to get more credit that are on Xbox. I agree. But there are also some games that people want to see as Game of the Year that don't qualify for Game of the Year, And Starfield is one of them that everybody cries to the heavens should be nominated for Game of the Year. I played that game. It's not Game of the Year material. That game has a lot of flaws in it. It's not Game of the Year material. It's justified that it's not nominated. Okay? That game is kind of broken in parts. All right? So it doesn't belong there. But people want to cry, oh, Xbox tax. It's no. Like, the game was flawed. Okay? So no. It depends on the game. Like, I can see Hi-Fi Rush being there, but no, Starfield doesn't deserve Game of the Year. It just was not a Game of the Year material, in my honest opinion. I beat the game. The story got kind of weak. Honestly, the faction storylines were the best storylines in that game. The main story was very weak. So yeah, no, it's so yeah, I think the whole concept of people wanting to say that this game didn't make it there because it's an Xbox game, that's just biasness. You can't handle the fact that the game was not that good because it wasn't that good. Everybody just, got overhyped for the game, and now, they can't handle the fact that it doesn't live up to the expectations that it claimed it would. Like, it didn't even feel revolutionary. You know what I mean? Like, for people wanted to keep touting that it was the game of the generation. It wasn't revolutionary. It didn't do anything, to really redefine anything. It just felt like another Bethesda game repackaged. So it kind of, and it, it looked a little outdated, a little bit, not bad. It's still a good game, but it's not Game of the Year. So I feel this whole Xbox tax it's a way for the media to get clicks, and it's a way for console wars to keep fueling themselves. But it's bias on both sides. It's, the people who aren't fans of Xbox are using the term to bash the brand, whereas Xbox fans are using the term because they can't handle the fact that their precious game that they love isn't good enough, and it really wasn't good enough. It's not an Xbox tax. The game was kind of crap for Game of the Year standards. I mean, it's fair for it to get nominated in other areas, but it wasn't Game of the Year material. Okay, that's not an Xbox tax. That's just hard fact. It took them 10 years to make the game, and it wasn't what everybody wanted it to be, in my opinion. There's a reason why I didn't get hyped for it to begin with, and it was just a generic Bethesda game. Even the romances, I called it out beforehand. Everyone was going like, yeah, there's going to be romances and all this. I'm like, dude, it's Bethesda. Have you not played the Bethesda game? They had romances in Fallout. They're crap. They had romances in Elder Scrolls. They were crap. You literally talk to the person, you do 5 quests. Now they want to be your friend. You literally in the same dialogue. The moment they say, hey, I want to be your friend, you can instantly ask them to date you in the exact same sentence. And then You know, not even 5 minutes later, you get married, and then that's it. That's it. That's the end of the romance. That's it. You know, it's just some cheesy dialogue, and that's it. There isn't any. There's no emotional connection.
He needs the Notebook romance.
There's no emotional connection to the characters at all. At least BioWare did, you know, when you think of like good romances in a game, BioWare did it better because you actually had an emotional connection to these characters.
I gotta agree with that statement. Yeah,
there's no emotional connection to a single character in freaking Starfield. None. They weren't that amazing characters. They just weren't. And even, you know, Andreja, people just liked because she was the best looking out of the two. She was bland as, you know, as F. Okay?
Bland. As fudge.
Okay? If you just sit there and listen to the dialogue these characters have, it was bland. People are just trying to make it sound great. They were bland. But so no, I don't believe in the Xbox tax. I think it's just Xbox fans that are just butthurt. They can't handle the truth, and it's non-Xbox Xbox people who just want to rub it in. It's all it is. It's all it is.
Right. Well, there you go. Terry does not believe in the Xbox
and I want to
tax.
add, Quantum Break was a joke. I did not like that game. So I want to put in there the live action scenes were way too dang long. It ruined the gaming experience, and also that game had such a bad balance that I literally went from start to finish in that game with that never spending skill points. I got through the whole game without having to spend any skill points until the last mission when they all of a sudden, you know, crank it up to 11, and even if you spend all your skill points, you still get slapped all over the freaking room. All right, they made the whole game stupid easy, and then the last mission was like 10 times harder than the entire game put together. It made no dang sense. The game had zero balance. It was crap. Overrated.
Right,
it was an underrated game that was somehow overrated. You know, good job. You know, I'm not a fan of
underrated.
It's an underrated game that's overrated because it's just crap. The people that like
overrated game that's underrated. Let's see. Jason Max says, although The Last of Us 2 remaster is too soon, at least Sony is giving their fans something to play in January. Something's better than nothing, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, at least something's getting released. Media is a joke, yeah. People playing Skyrim more than Starfield on Steam. LOL, on the console side, you have games like Rainbow Six and NBA 2K24 being played more, right? Two different types of gamers, guys. Trust me. PC gamers are not console gamers, and console gamers are not PC gamers. Fastback says, shout out to Fastback. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, Starfield should have been nominated for over Resident Evil for Game of the Year, in my opinion.
We could talk about that later.
Yeah. Look at the high ratings for that pointless PlayStation Portal. No bias. Yeah, right. $200 for a control with a screen. Go get a backbone instead. Yes, agree. Chael Walker says, name a game that wasn't flawed this year. I'll wait.
I was about to say something about that.
Yeah, every game is flawed, guys. If you're expecting perfection in a game, you're going to be waiting forever.
I don't know, but Hi-Fi Rush was perfect when it was released.
It was pretty damn good. It was pretty... you can tell some games have less bugs than others. And typically linear games will have a lot less bugs than open world games and a lot less bugs than RPGs and stuff like that. Wasn't Spider-Man 2 broken too? But look at the list. I see Spider-Man 2 there, the web-swinging cube for Cuba. Yeah. They didn't even get the flag right. I mean, come on. Yeah. Let's see. Doggy Dog has to agree with Cool Cat Terry. And Nick says bias has always been there. It's everywhere, even here. That doesn't mean that's a bad thing. Yeah. You can strap a controller on a dirty diaper and slap a PlayStation logo on it, and boom, this is revolutionary device, but performs like crap. Hard facts. Hard facts on that. Yeah. Let's see who else. Wait, hold on. We got someone coming in. And Timothy joins us. Shout out to Timothy 2.0. Thanks so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. We appreciate you. And let's see what else we got. Some people believe that Quantum Break was better than Control.
I agree with that. I hated Quantum Break, but I at least I played that game from start to finish. Control, I couldn't even finish it. It was so terrible. So that doesn't change the fact that Quantum Break still sucked. It's just Control sucked 10 times more.
So this one, Nixie says, when has a Bethesda game been nominated or viewed as Game of the Year? Guys, we're talking about Bethesda. Come on. Every Todd Howard game has won Game of the Year. And this is before the Game Awards, mind you, right? Graphic God. Someone put Terry in a timeout. No, we love her. Can't put her.
That's put her Terry down. With an I, all right? Come on. It's on the screen, man.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, so let's move on to the next piece of evidence. This one, a shout out to Twitter. This one I found on Twitter. This clip was put together by Klein Master. Let's see if we can hear it. So this is back Major Nelson right here. Right? We all know who he is. And I believe this is back when Kind of Funny was big, really big.
Mm-hmm.
So let's check it out. Let me know if you guys can hear this, okay?
I think you're not getting the credit you deserve this generation.
We never will.
Yeah.
We never will.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen this. It's like we know that there's a different yardstick for the different developers. Right. It's like we know that there's a different yardstick for the different developers.
Right.
You know, the Nintendo guys are great. I've got my Switch right here in case I want to play Fortnite.
Yep.
So, I mean, those guys are great. I talked to Reggie the other day. The guys over at PlayStation, they're executing. They've had tremendous success this time around. But, it's funny, with us.
Oh, I know who it is.
Maybe because, I don't know. So I think people like, I hate Windows because I have to use it at work, or I'm doing email, or I don't want to do this PowerPoint for work. So I don't know if some of that anxiety and whatnot drifts over to Xbox. But, we just want to do the best we can for gamers.
I think
all right. The interview with Major Nelson. And Major Nelson knows that they will never be treated fairly. And this, again, Major Nelson was pretty high, pretty big on Xbox when he was there. And Kind of Funny is acknowledging that they're not, that, the Xbox tax is essentially real. Terry, from the horse's mouth, the Xbox tax is real because people have to work on Windows PCs and they take out their frustration with the blue screen of death on Xbox games. I don't think
that has anything to do with it. Windows PC is like the most common used thing in the world compared to Mac. That's not a thing. Or Apple.
What about Linux? Usually they say they should go to Linux.
Xbox tax, guys, not operating system. Let's get back here.
But that's why you need to use to create your games, right?
Yeah, I don't see that as a factor. Okay, that's not a factor.
No.
Yeah, but journalists saying that they're being treated unfairly. Xbox face of Xbox at the time, acknowledging that it's real. Is the Xbox tax real? Has this convinced you, Terry?
No, it doesn't. I do agree that, when he said that there's a different yardstick for different companies, I agree with that. But that isn't an Xbox tax. That's not even, that's literally there are certain studios that can do no wrong. And that, Rockstar for one. Rockstar does kind of crap. And, and everybody will always say Rockstar's God tier. For doing what? They haven't done anything in years and years and years, and yet you still want to tout them as God tier. Or Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog will screw things up left and right in their stuff, but they get free passes. Capcom is another one. They always get free passes on their stuff when they make mistakes. So it's like there are certain studios. It's not an Xbox versus Sony thing because Capcom, and Rockstar, they aren't exclusive to one or the other, and they get free passes on everything. So I do agree with Major Nelson in that aspect. But so it's just, I don't know. It's just fanboys. It's just fanboys. And like I said, they think that the brand they're loyal to can do no wrong. And there's enough of them to where the other ones can't get like I don't even know how to put it in the words.
Can't get over it.
They can't. I really can't put it into words, but
Whatever.
so like when you look at like how many people play Xbox, I mean a lot of people play Xbox, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, there's a lot more people playing on the other platforms than Xbox. So when you have the fanboys, going off, of course Xbox is going to have a tougher time. There's less of us. We're the underdog. So that's the thing. So it's just going to be a tougher fight to prove our worth because there are so few of us in comparison to Nintendo or to PlayStation or whatever. But if you just look at game studios and you don't even make it an Xbox versus anybody else factor, I mean, Naughty Dog, Capcom, and who did I say, Rockstar, for whatever reason, will always get free passes on their BS, always.
Okay. There you go. Shadiah, was Major Nelson enough to convince you that the Xbox tax is real? Remind you, this is a couple of years ago. This is not this year.
This was very dated. Reggie, he talked about Reggie.
Reggie Fitsasumi. Oh, God, how do you say it?
In the scene.
It's Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Fils-Aimé. Something like that.
Fils-Aimé.
Loved Reggie.
Yeah.
So back when Reggie was running the Nintendo program, so do you think this is real? Is the Xbox tax real? Even back then, they knew about it.
I don't know, because even me, I'm still confused with this Xbox tax name that people like to create. And the first thing that came up to mind was money-wise. I'm like, we get taxed for everything. But anyway, that's not the point. For me, it's like, since Xbox released that console, it always been a problem for some damn reason. I've been hearing so many different things. They don't want to give money to Microsoft because they messed up Apple, and one thing led to another one, and the system sucks compared to. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. Is it real? Well, I started following gaming kind of later. So right now I could say I'm still thinking, why so much hate on the Xbox when it's pretty much, I could say, similar to the competitor. What is it? What are you trying to look for? Why, the games that the Xbox releases, are you trying to say they're not good enough when there were some, I could say, there were some that I could say they were good. And, they were really, really good. When Terry earlier said about Bethesda, not all Bethesda games are Bugdesda, because the ones that we talked about is more of an RPG, open world RPGs. But Doom Eternal was pretty much one of the candidates as Game of the Year. And I think it won, if I'm not mistaken.
It was not an Xbox game when it released.
No, but I'm thinking more of the name as Bethesda as a whole. You know what I mean? So they have been nominated. I'm talking about Bethesda, not under Xbox, whatever. I'm talking about as a Bethesda. That was one of the games.
That's because Bethesda. Okay.
That's one of the IPs that
there's a difference though, Shadiah, to correct you. It's because the games Bethesda makes themselves are all buggy pieces of crap.
But you didn't specify it. But that's what I'm saying. You're not specifying it. That's why I'm thinking like, yeah, but Bethesda.
That's why when you look at the games that they only published, that they didn't actually make, Doom or Wolfenstein, even ESO, those are always better quality because Bethesda was only the money man. They didn't actually, make those games, so they couldn't F them up. All right, you had ID Software, and I can't remember who does the Wolfensteins.
Machine
Games.
Yeah.
So you have other studios making those games, and they do a better job at it than Bethesda does. Bethesda should stick to being a publisher because honestly, their games.
But that's what they are, because they have the name on it. It's under their umbrella. They own Machine Games and ID, no matter how you look at it. So if they create, let's say, if they create a horrible Doom game, it will fall off horribly on the Bethesda. A good example, Redfall. Redfall. They went straight to what is it called? Austin, whatever that.
Arcane Austin.
But you know what? they're still gonna say, "Well, typical Bethesda." They will not say typical. They're not gonna say typical Arcane. They quickly say that's typical Bethesda. They keep bringing, they keep bringing out games that are broken. So it does not matter how it falls. They're trying to put it as a Bethesda as a whole, but they do make great games. But I don't get it. I don't get why people is too much of a hate. If they're having problems with the Windows because they don't like it, whatever, that's a you
I don't
problem.
think that's not a factor. That's him literally just blowing smoke up everyone's rear end. Like, that's not a thing.
I understand.
I have never in my life, up until that moment, have ever heard anyone be like, "I hate Xbox because of PowerPoint." No one
Because of PowerPoint.
Come on. That was the dumbest thing that Major Nelson has ever said that I've heard. That's stupid. That's stupid. Come on.
No, I understand where you're coming from. See, sometimes I want to hear from somebody that give me a good reason. And I'm with you, Terry. That's a stupid reason.
That's stupid.
It's the same thing. It's the same stupid reason that I heard before. Microsoft, I'm not going to give money to Microsoft. You know why? Because they messed up Steve Jobs, and they did something with Apple, and just because Apple didn't release it, Microsoft did.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing for Xbox.
Yeah, so I'm like, is that the reason? And the thing is that's more me personally. I'm like, that's more like a PC centric mentality that they don't want to whatever.
That's more of a corporate thing. Like that's like maybe some corporate dudes have that kind of mentality.
It's like, Terry, how many times
the gamer isn't thinking about, screw Xbox because I don't want to I hate PowerPoint and Excel.
But that's what
Excel
but anything that is Microsoft.
Excel is the pain.
Because it's anything that Microsoft releases or makes or whatever is a bad, horrible thing. It's like
that's not true, because literally the Windows operating system is the best-selling operating system in the entire world. So that's not true.
Exactly. Remember when I told you, hey, Terry, tell me the difference between Windows and Linux? Why? Because I keep hearing Linux. Linux is better. Windows is crap because of I don't know nothing about text, but it's like in general. I'm talking about the reason why I mentioned this in general. Is like they have something against Microsoft that even myself, I don't understand. Even on the game side, I'm like, the only thing that they will say is like, the only franchise that is the best one is Halo's and like, the Holy Trinity, Halo Gears and Forza. That's it. They took that for years until now. Even though if they don't want to mention it, they're still going to mention it. So it's BS right now. This Xbox stats is pretty much BS. It's just pretty much you got your preference. Happy for you. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say something stupid. You're still using Windows computer. when you create a game, whatever, you're still using a Windows computer. Well, not a Windows computer, but operating system.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm just saying, I was going to say something stupid, but I am still saying something stupid, but it's real. It's pretty much true about it.
All right, let's catch up with the chat for a few minutes here, guys, because it is escaping me. You guys are firing them up.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Says Planet Alana should have been nominated, but it was a launch exclusive to Xbox. Maybe that's why.
But that's what I'm saying. It's stupidity stuff. That's why.
Maybe that's why.
Probably Planet of Lana probably didn't get nominated because it looks too much like an indie game and people hate indies. It has something to do with Xbox, man.
Let's see. Xbox is now establishing themselves as a company who is rolling out consistent quality first-party games. The perception will continue to change, and hopefully it does. Let's see. I think the generation that largely runs the media grew up on PlayStation. They know that slamming Xbox generates views. They try not to be obvious, so they give good scores to Xbox games, but keep the fanboy. I highly agree with what you're saying there, Noof. The media bias is real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And their preference is what blinds them.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just kind of going through here. People disagree with you on Capcom and Rockstar, saying that those games are fire. Let's see. We're saying that Xbox has gradually devaluated and diminished their best properties by changing what made them great. Halo 5 particularly ditched Chief. Guild Force ditched Delta Squad, etc. Yeah.
I think that's more of a studio decision. to do that.
Yeah, I have my own opinions on that, but it has nothing to do with the Xbox tax. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice. Okay, could this be happening? Xbox buying studios and publisher, only making the Xbox hate stronger. Yeah, yeah, that could happen. Yeah, I can see that 100% happening.
No, and if
So
they start making great games from all of those 40 studios, the
mhm.
media will not have any other choice to say like, you know what, we gotta give it to them because this game is way too good. Then after that, their blind eye is gonna pretty much come to light and start seeing that it's a really good game.
Yeah. All right. So I personally think the Xbox tax, aka the media bias, is real. I thought it was real for a long, long time. Are the games suffering because of it? I think, yeah, I think so. I have played some games on Xbox that are the most fun games I've played in a long time, and they don't get any media critical acclaim at all. At all. As a matter of fact, they get the opposite of it. Again, Gears 5 to me being one of the best Gears, one of the most complete games that year. Forza Horizon 5, the best racing game ever made. Not even, how can you be the best at your genre, the absolute greatest ever made, and not be in the game of the year conversation? That just, it's astounding to me that it's just not getting that. Games that got lower scores, Call of Duty right now got a 4 out of 10. A 4 game is a broken game. Call of Duty is not a broken game. It's running pretty smooth. Not new content, not a bit of a short campaign. Okay, I get that. Recycled gun mechanics and a short campaign. Okay, is that a 4? I mean, is that a 4? I highly doubt it. Xbox released their cloud gaming stuff way before PlayStation did. I know that PlayStation had a what was it, PlayStation Now or whatever the hell it was called.
When they bought Gaikai, yes.
Yeah, when they bought Gaikai, but it kept getting. At first, it was on all devices, and then it was only on PC, and then they removed it off PC, and now it's on PlayStation only devices again, and it's weird all over the place. And Xbox releases their cloud, and the media just, the latency. I played the PlayStation cloud as it exists today, and trust me, the latency is there as well. Trust, it's not any better. But Xbox is the other one that gets trashed for it, and PlayStation gets praised for having the exact same experience.
Yep.
Agreed. Just because Xbox hasn't put out a controller with a stupid TV screen where the X button is, instead they let's say, use your own device or buy a G Cloud, buy a Asus ROG, buy a
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck doesn't work with it, but not out of the box. You gotta hack it.
Out
of the box. Buy a Razer, whatever it was called, the streaming one. Somehow they're just like, oh, this sucks. Oh, the latency. But slap a screen on the DualSense, and suddenly, oh man, it's amazing. 8 out of 10, IGN certified. So stupid. I think the media bias is there, so the Xbox tax is there, in my opinion. Right? At the end of the day, we always say make your own decisions, but for those of us that don't have infinite money glitches in our life, we want to spend our money on things that are going to be worthwhile to us, and those reviews matter to those people, right? Not everybody's going to go out there and buy a Call of Duty because they always buy Call of Duty, even though it's a 4 out of 10. Some people are actually going to read that, and it's going to affect sales. The critics' voice matters, and they know it matters. And I think they're abusing it for the sake of clicks. Just saying that. All right. So yeah, that's what I think about it. I think the Xbox tax is real. I think it's obvious, especially when you look at the way information is disseminated between Xbox brand and PlayStation brand. Right. Terry, we had a poll though. Does the chat think the Xbox tax is real?
66% said yes, it's obvious. 20% said no, Xbox fans are making excuses, and 13% are unsure.
There you go. So most people think it's real. Some people are flat out saying it's not. So yeah, there you go. Doggy Dog. Shout out to Doggy Dog. Capping for that trash PlayStation porta potty is pathetic.
Oh man.
By the way, guys, the PlayStation Portal thingy is like the Wii U, and the media bashed the Wii U. It's the exact same thing. It's the same thing. Just saying. Just saying. So yeah, there we go. And shout out to Lost Boomer. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Let's see. All right, but let's get off the heat for a minute here. I just wanted to cover the Xbox tax because I have long said that the media bias was real, and I think it has been obvious.
I agree that media bias is real, but there's a difference between the media bias and like console warring and this Xbox tax thing.
I think the media bias leans into the Xbox tax wouldn't exist without the media bias. You know, the games would get higher rated if the media wasn't biased against Xbox. They would get the proper rating. I'm not going to say that there's suddenly going to be 10 out of 10 games, but there's certainly going to be more properly rated to the way that people who actually play them experience it. Just saying. All right, here we go. Terry, are you ready for your indie spotlight?
I is ready.
All right, let's get to it. Where's my button? Here it is.
Friends, I'm back with another indie spotlight, and today I am going to feature a game for those of you that like the spooky stuff. I didn't really get to show too many of those games during Halloween season, but I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys one now because I know there are fans of the horror genre here, even though I'm personally not a fan of horror, and I know Axe is not a fan of horror, but I do know there's a lot of people that really like that kind of stuff. So I got something a little special for you guys that isn't
scary.
Isn't the particular when you think of like your generic horror game, and this is a good thing, and I'll tell you why later.
I'll take it.
You'll take it.
Cool.
I'll take it. Yeah, it's different.
Okay, so we got Darkwood. All right, it's an action adventure survival horror game, and it is finally finally a horror game that doesn't need jump scares. There are 0 jump scares in this game.
Okay, I don't want it.
This game has just, is beautifully designed to be a horror game that can be creepy and scary, and it has that atmospheric like horror theme going on without having to use jump scares, because come on, most jump scares you see them coming a mile away because they're that cheesy.
I want those jump scares.
All right.
No way.
So
no way. No jump scares.
They've done,
That's like Killer Instinct, what we were talking about earlier. No finishers, no jump scares. Come on now.
All right. So if you like, atmospheric survival horror games, that have kind of like that classic video game feel, like if you look at your old school Resident Evils and like your old school like Silent Hills and stuff like that, then this is something that you will definitely enjoy. You get to craft weapons and traps. You have to fortify your hideout. It has like a day cycle, so like during the day you gotta scavenge, and then at night you have to fortify your hideout and to get through, because that's when everything wants to kill you. So you have some good fun with that. It also has randomly generated maps. The game also doesn't have any hand holding. They want you to just figure it out, classic gaming style. All right, so have some fun with that. And it does have a branching storyline, so as you play, you will be shaping Darkwood and determining the fate of the whole world.
Check.
You can have some fun with that. And then also, it is a $15 game. It's available on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC. Get it wherever you want to play. It was also a Games with Gold once upon a time, when everyone said that all Games with Gold were crap. There were some gems, but no one looked at them.
Yeah,
this was one of them that, once again, people said, Games with Gold is crap. So if you were someone who did just claim all your Games with Gold games and you just didn't play it, check. You might actually already have this one if you're lucky.
Yeah, I probably have it.
You might actually have it and didn't
Yeah.
realize you actually had a gem, But go play it. This is a very, very positively reviewed indie game, both on Xbox and Steam. I looked at all the reviews, and it's very highly rated. I haven't looked at how people react to it when it comes to Nintendo and PlayStation, but this game is very highly rated amongst fans that have played it. So go ahead and try it and have some fun.
How much is it?
$15. Go get creeped out. You might actually already have it if you claimed it for Games with Gold once upon a time.
I'm gonna use my Bing points.
There you go.
My ping points. All right. Let's move right along. Great choice, Terry. That actually did look pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it did.
So on to the last topic of the day, the Game Awards. As we said, the nominees went out. You can vote on them right now, but let's take a quick look at the stats of the Game Awards. So Nintendo leads the pack as the publisher with 15 nominations, followed by Sony Interactive Entertainment with 13 nominations. Xbox, Bethesda, and ABK got put together for 10 nominations, and Epic Games with 9 nominations, right? So those are your nomination leaders. Of course, the games themselves with the most nominations are both Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 with 8 nominations each.
Whoop, whoop.
So, the Game Awards. First off, Terry, are you going to watch?
What day is it?
The 22nd? Sorry. I had the date here. It's Thursday the 7th.
Is it Thursday? No,
Yep.
I'll be at work.
All right, I'll text Terry the results. All right, Shaddai, are you going to watch?
Probably.
Probably. All right.
No. I will watch it because I get out at 4:30 in the afternoon. So yeah.
All right. So the Keeleys, as some people have called them, right? The Game Awards.
Yeah.
They are the big event that gets tuned in by a lot. The Joystick Awards exist, the Dice Awards exist, the BAFTAs exist. But most people, the common folk, the gamers, we tune into the Game Awards the most because not only do you get to see the Game Awards, if your game wins, you get to talk trash for a whole year, and also the world premiere trailers come out during the Game
It's
Awards.
the gaming Oscars. It's the gaming Oscars. It's the Academy Awards gaming.
You can't call it the gaming Oscars because the Oscars are voted on by the Academy, and to vote, you have to be a member of the Academy. You got to be a a film person, right? Not a critic, a film, right? So the Game Awards doesn't do it that way. That's the Dice Awards. The Dice Awards is,
Talking about the scope of it, not how they do their judging.
Yeah.
How about the scope of it?
Oh yeah. No, when it comes from a viewership standpoint, the Game Awards gets more and more viewed every single year. So yeah. So we'll see what happens here. But let's take a look at some of the categories here on the Game Awards. By the way, you can also GameAwards.com. And these are going to be your 2023 nominees. Let me make this a little bit bigger here.
Whoa.
All right, we're going to skip all this esport crap.
No one cares.
Yeah, it should have
My
been
favorite
one.
part is the esports coach category right now because they nominated someone who literally did not coach this year.
Those esports sections should be
Well,
all in
award shows are
one.
crap.
Yeah. Content creator of the year, don't care. All right, so let's take a look at some of these. I want to start with most anticipated games as, I love game trailers, and game trailers are a great way to get you hyped for a game. So up here we have, too big. All right, here we go. Here's our nominees. We got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, the hit won lots of Game of the Year votes. Final Fantasy VII won a lot of Game of the Year vote. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which had a hilarious trailer. Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. Tekken 8. So Terry, out of these, which one would you vote for?
Star Wars Outlaws. That's the one I'm out of the ones shown, that's the one that's high on my list.
All right. Fair enough. Shaddai, which one would you vote for?
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Way too much hype over that game. That one is the most anticipated game of the year.
All right. So me, Hades can suck it. I hate roguelikes. I'm just not good at them. I don't like them. Tekken, I suck at fighting games. I have always said I suck at them. I'm not very good at them. So I'm not hyped to get my butt kicked on a game that I'm probably not going to buy. So it comes down to the last three. I think Star Wars Outlaws, I need to see more. I do like my Like a Dragon games. That was fun games. But I gotta agree with Shaddai. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is where it's at for me. I already pre-ordered it. I got my digital download ready. I am ready to go. So yeah, Shaddai with it. It was Shaddai and Axel with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. By the way, guys, in the chat, let us know in each category which one you would vote for. We love to hear what you guys have to say. Let's go down to, oh my gosh, gotta do this every time. Okay. So we were just in most anticipated best adaptation. This is game to media. Best multiplayer game. Should we talk about this one?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. All right, best multiplayer game.
Oof.
We got Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder. First off, which one out of these would you vote for? Let me make sure. Yeah, which one of these would you vote for? Terry. Well, I got to make sure there wasn't any more left. Terry, which one would you vote for?
Probably Baldur's Gate.
All right. Any particular reason?
I played Diablo 4. It sucked. Party Animals kind of sucks. I hate Street Fighter. And Mario is the same thing on Rehashed. So, Baldur's Gate. So.
All right. Shaddai, which one would you vote for?
Okay, Baldur's Gate. I'll be honest, never heard of it. This is the first time I hear about Baldur's Gate, but I did play Divinity Sin. Diablo 4, I started playing that. My first time playing a Diablo series. It was pretty good for me. Party Animals, I played it too. It feels like I'm fighting beanie animals. It's kind of okay, but at the same time, no. Because it was hard to maneuver the characters.
Yeah, that's the whole point. They want it to be like that, but I don't know. Yeah, I found it boring.
Street Fighter 6. If if Doggy Dog is there, he knows we hit the hell out of that Street Fighter 6 so bad with him and Diego and all the boys. Even Lemon was there.
Mm-hmm.
But Super Mario Wonders, I already know what it's about. But I will go very different on this one. I'm gonna go for Party Animals.
All right, Party Animals. Okay. Shout out to Noof. He's hilarious, man.
Yeah, I knew it is.
So let's see. Noof says Spider-Man 2 so far is his game of the year. All right. Let's see. I have no faith in Ubisoft, so Tekken 8 for him on the most anticipated category.
Yes, Doggy.
Nixie says he would vote Diablo 4 for GQTV. Carlos says Baldur's Gate is good. I love Party Animals too, though.
I know. Yeah. I saw Mike Mullis play with them too, so that was funny.
Yeah. So again, which one do I think deserves to win this the most? Probably Street Fighter 6, but I'm not voting Street Fighter 6 because again, I suck at fighting games. Baldur's Gate 3 is a turn-based strategy RPG tactical, and I've played those multiplayer, and I got to tell you, I hate waiting for my friends to make decisions. Hate it. Hate it. So scratch. Party Animals is fun for about 10 minutes, and then I'm done. Super Mario Brothers, unless it's like Super Mario Brothers Wii, I think all the players can be on the screen at the same time, right? Yeah.
I think so. Is the same. I think it's the same.
Yeah. So that one is good. That one is really good. Fun to play with the fam. But give me Diablo 4 out of this one. I'm definitely sticking to Diablo 4 as I can play different classes. I can swap characters mid-build. I can jump in, jump out. It is fantastic multiplayer build. So I'm going Diablo 4. Now, multiplayer category snubs. Do you think? Okay, a lot of games may have been snubbed. But which one do you think got snubbed the worst out of this category? If you think any got snubbed at all. If you don't think any got snubbed, then don't say, nothing got snubbed. Terry, snub.
Trying to think of what else came out for this year.
Terry can't think of no snubs. Shadai, do you got any snubs? Multiplayer, a snub.
I don't know if this isn't it. I think if I'm not mistaken, King of Fighters was in it, right?
I think it did release, but was it snubbed out of this category?
Because I can't remember. Oh yeah, it does. Where is Mortal Kombat 1?
Oh yeah, MK1 definitely got snubbed. I gotta agree with Shadai there.
Get
rid of Street Fighter and throw MK in there. Still would have voted for it, but yeah. Definitely got snubbed.
Yeah, because
I'm just teasing Doggy because I know he loves his Street Fighter.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 is not there. I'm very surprised. So you guys know. Yep, Mortal Kombat 1.
And shout out to Princess Zelda. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Let's see. I picked Diablo 4. Party Animals sucked, and I didn't play the others. Watching Baldur's Gate 3 to show too slow paced for me. Yeah, it's a tactical RPG. They are much slower.
Yeah, those games suck to watch. I would not recommend watching them.
Although I stream them. So
yeah, they're terrible to watch, but they're a lot of fun to play.
I think best sports racing game. I think this one is obvious. It has to be Forza.
They still should be making sports and racing two separate categories.
Right. But Terry, the crew is in there.
The crew is in there, and that's definitely my vote. But how can they call it best sports racing? They have one sport game in there, and it's all racing after that. So they should just make a separate flipping category.
There you go. I agree with Terry on her statement. But yeah, I think Forza is going to take this one. It's actually my vote, Forza. So Terry's voting the crew. I'm voting Forza. What are you voting? Should I?
One, they should keep it together because they still consider racing as a sport anyways, even in NASCAR, in real life. So you should keep it like that.
Yes, but in terms of this, sports games that aren't racing never win. Ever. It's always a racing game that wins.
But that's fine. That's their problem.
That's their problem.
You shouldn't be upset because that's your specialty. You play that motor, whatever it is. That one actually, that should be in the category for. Well, that's a sim. That's something that they never put, as a category for sims. But I will go for, not for nothing, I think I'm gonna go for the Crew Motorfest, since a lot of people like for some
it's
Horizon.
really good.
Yeah.
F1 is also really good. So there's some good competition.
Hey, no cussing. So she said F1 and that's cussing. No, but the Crew Motorfest.
All right, there you go. So that's the sports racing category, even though I think it's going. Best sim and strategy. I feel like I'm the only one who plays this category, so we're going to skip it.
I play a lot of sims.
You're not the only one. Terry plays a lot of that.
A lot of sims.
Do you play these sims?
No, they literally for the sim. These are mostly strategy. They for the sims they kept the sim part out.
There you go. Let's see. Best family game. We're just going through the categories now. Do you guys want to talk about this one? I feel like I should skip this one personally.
Give it to Sonic.
Yeah,
Sonic did get my vote when I voted, so yeah, I voted Sonic 100%.
I would have gone for Mario for that one.
All right,
Mario,
but it was a tie between these three. Yeah,
Mario will win it.
I love
Nintendo usually always gets the family category, so.
And best fighting category goes to Terry. As I don't play any of these games, so
I don't play any of them either. So if I was to play one, I would probably play Mortal Kombat, or I might try the Nickelodeon one. I have zero interest in the other three, so I would
100% play Mortal Kombat. If I had a choice to play, that's the one I would play.
I'm gonna go with Doggy. That would be Street Fighter 6. Doggy, we got something going on with this.
The style for the Nickelodeon, is that like Smash Bros? Then I would hate it. So yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All right. Here we go. Let's move on to the next category. Best RPG. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Okay. So we got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16. Is that even a strategy game? Should I?
Which one? Final Fantasy 16?
Well, I guess action RPG is a thing. Right?
My girlfriend have it. She showed it to me, and the way it plays, and I play a little bit, it was somewhat similar to Final Fantasy 15.
So more action RPG.
It's an action RPG, yes.
Okay. Liza P, the Dark Souls RPG. Sea of Stars, the old school RPG, which made waves, and of course Starfield. Let's go with Terry. Which one of these would you vote for, Terry?
Just say it, Baldur's Gate.
This one's tough. I am gonna go Baldur's Gate just because that's more my style of RPG. I prefer my action RPGs. But Liza P and Sea of Stars are top contenders for sure.
Yeah. Shaddai, which one would you vote for?
Can I say the snub of the general?
The snubs come later. Which one would you vote for first?
Okay, for this one, I will go for. I have to go for Starfield because I played that game.
All right.
So I'm gonna go for Starfield.
Starfield, the game where you can get a gun in the beginning of the game and never change it for the whole game.
Oh, stop it!
It's such an amazing RPG. You never have to change your gear.
No, I play Lies of P too. I play Lies of P, and I love Lies of P, but it feels more any Souls game. So I don't consider that as an RPG. So Starfield.
Let's see. Back from the Dead says, as long as Final Fantasy 16 loses, I'll be good. 720p 60 should stay back in the Xbox 360 PS3 era.
Hey, we don't play
Paris
frames.
Lockhart, shout out to Paris Lockhart. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, vote for Starfield. All right, so my vote. This is the toughest category for me. This one in the action adventure one. As I love my RPGs, Baldur's Gate 3 was in open beta for 3 years, hence why it rated so well. So I kind of feel like they cheated. But they did release a game
That's not cheating.
They did release a game that is amazing that put other developers on notice, like, oh, Baldur's Gate can do this level of polish. What's your excuse? So they're doing fantastic things for the industry. Final Fantasy 16, great game, action adventure. Liza P, great little Souls-like, but I played better Souls-likes. Sea of Stars, now that what a gem. That one is great. I do like that one. And Starfield, of course, my most anticipated game this year outside of Zelda. I would, out of this lot, I would vote for Starfield simply because I put the most time into it and I did love it. And I only stopped playing Starfield because I'm like, I got to play other games, but not because I got tired of playing Starfield. So yeah, and I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 yet, as I'm a little. I'll admit I haven't played it yet, just because I'm afraid to get into a 200-hour game at this point in my life. So yeah, but snubs. Terry, do you have any snubs?
For RPG?
Yep. RPG snub.
I probably do, but all the RPGs that I've played this year were all ones that didn't come out this year. So because RPG is the main genre I play, I'm like way behind it, and so like I'm not playing the current stuff usually. So I don't know what else came out this year.
All right.
But I'm sure there were some amazing ones that I'll eventually get to.
There you go. Shaddai, best RPG, any snubs?
The one that comes to mind, which I played the first one. Actually, there's two snubs in here.
You can only say one. Pick one.
I can really only one.
Only one. You only get one vote, one snub.
Okay, fine. Because the other one's a remake anyways. Octopath Traveler 2.
Oh, no, that one didn't.
No.
That's not RPG of the year material, man. That's RPG of 20 years ago material.
Not one, part 2.
No, hard pass. I played...
What?
The
first one was good.
And I bought into the hype, and let me tell you, it was amongst one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. So no.
Blasphemy. Wait. So let me get this straight. Have you ever played Star Ocean 2?
Yeah, Star Ocean 2R. Yeah, the best Star Ocean there is.
Is the same thing. It's the
it
same
is
thing for
not.
It's got the same.
Times better.
Is the same, of course, because it's been released a long time ago. But it's the same style as Octopath, but it's...
Oh, no, it's not. Oh,
yes.
my gosh. Shaddai.
Octopath Traveler.
I think you are mixing two things together.
No,
that don't mix together.
I got mine. I had to look up what all came out.
All right, wait, Terry. What came up? What was snub?
The Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. It was like Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
I did play that one, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I would say it's better than Diablo 4, and it did not get nominated. So that would be my RPG snub.
All right. The snub for me in this category is Tears of the Kingdom. How is Tears of the Kingdom not nominated for best RPG?
Because it's an action game. Action adventure game.
It is an action RPG, much like Final Fantasy 16. And technically, Liza P is also an action RPG. Yeah, you can do some statting, but trust me, you're not going to get statting if you don't get the items. So, yeah. For me, Zelda got snubbed on this one. Unjustly snubbed, unlike rightfully snubbed.
Actually, I do have one. Okay, I'm not going to take Octopath Traveler, but there is one, though. And I had it since yesterday. I'm like, man, it would have been One Piece Odyssey, though.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just said that.
Odyssey from Cool Cat as well.
Yeah, because it brought back the turn-based RPG. So, yes, I forgot about that one.
Bring back what never left, man. I played millions of turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, those haven't gone away.
Yeah. But it did it very well. I'll give you that. All right, let's see. Jason Max says Hogwarts got snubbed in the RPG category. Dougie says Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster got snubbed. So yeah, there you go. Lots of snubs in the RPG category. I feel like this category is becoming very competitive. They're gonna have to maybe do like subcategories of RPGs, as a lot of things are now becoming RPG light. Final Fantasy, Liza P. We're looking at you to be considered into the category. Next category is Best Action Adventure.
Oof.
And what's going on with my scrolling here? There we go. So we got Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake Remaster Director's Cut, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Terry, let's start with who you would vote for.
Wait, which genre is this?
This is Action Adventure. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
I wouldn't vote for any of them. I dislike all of them. So this
Blasphemy.
I like I like the genre, but all the games that are nominated, I'm not a fan of a single one. So this one, I would not vote.
Wow, Terry is not
Not a
voicing
fan.
not using her vote.
Nope.
Shaddai, which one would you vote for?
Oof. I could for this one I could go between Resident Evil 4 and Alan Wake 2. But since I already know way too much of Resident Evil's story, so I'm gonna go for Alan Wake 2 because the first one was the best. But part 2, I never got the chance. I have to be honest, never got the chance to eat so many games. But I will hit that later. But I'm gonna go 100% Alan Wake 2.
All right, there you go. So let me go through this. Tears of the Kingdom is in the wrong category, so I wouldn't vote for it. Just being honest. This is an RPG. I don't care what Jeff Fafa says. So I wouldn't vote for this one. Resident Evil 4 Remake, Remaster, Redub, Director's Cut. Been there, played it many times over. Next. So then we have these three, the only three real competitors in this category for me. And I don't do horror, so Alan Wake is out. So it comes down to Spider-Man and Star Wars, and I am a much bigger Star Wars fan than I am a Spider-Man fan, so I would go with Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That's my vote in this category, as I think it was a fantastic game. And I cannot wait. Cannot wait for the next one. So yeah. Snubs. Terry, you didn't vote for anything, so what got snubbed?
Remnant 2.
Yeah, Remnant 2 was fantastic.
Remnant 2!
Yeah,
I see more as a multiplayer.
Oh my god, Remnant 2, how could I forget?
And I played that too.
Adventure. It's an action adventure, man.
It's a really good game. It's a really good game.
Shaddai, which one got snubbed?
I can't go against Terry that one. That is 100%.
Remnant 2
is a heck of a game, and I beat it too. It's a heck of a game.
I gotta jump on the Remnant 2 hype train too. How can you go wrong with Remnant 2? I mean, what a fantastic game.
That should be on the list. Definitely should be on the list.
This should be a Game of the Year competitor, if you ask me.
Heck of a game.
Fastback says he would vote for Jedi Survivor. Doggy Dog says Jedi Survivor, but Spider-Man 2 is so good. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining. By the way, guys, let us know. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. We appreciate each and every one of your inputs. Best action game. Okay, for the best game in the action genre, primarily focused on combat. Remnant 2 is there, Terry, but primarily focused on combat. So not puzzling, not any of that traversal crap. We're getting straight to the nitty gritty. Give me the action. Terry, which one would you vote for?
Remnant 2.
No puzzle, straight up shooting.
Oh man.
The puzzle is the shooting. All right.
Why is Ghost Runner there? Like that one is just, you kind of just speed run through. You don't really have too much, that.
Well, he is a runner, so he got to use speed.
I don't understand. That one doesn't belong there, in my opinion. I'm just putting that out there.
All right. Shaddai, any opinions here? Which one would you vote for?
This is action game, right?
Action game, straight combat.
Damn it. I'm in between Remnant 2 and Hi-Fi Rush, which I beat both. But I think I'm gonna go for a Hi-Fi Rush, and I say why. I could have said Remnant 2 because I agree with Terry in the previous one. The only thing that I don't like about Remnant 2 is that it's only I think it's like 5 maps, and that's pretty much it. And you gotta rinse and repeat. So I'm like, it does have the action. but I expected more of an action for that. I expected a little bit longer.
I mean, that's how the first one was. There wasn't that many locations.
Well, I can't really say about the first one because that was one of my misses. I heard about it, but I missed it, so I went straight to Remake 2. But I'm like, if this is so good, why so like 5 maps, and that's pretty much it. And the way internet works there sucks. Yeah, and I'm talking about just in case, is because the host is in charge of everything, and if you are not ready for it, that person could kick you out, or sometimes you gotta wait for that person to accept you, or I think it's like a bonfire for you to actually play. So if you don't go for that bonfire, they decide not to touch that, you will never play with them. So
why are you playing with randos?
Because I don't have anybody. I never had anybody. So I go for Hi-Fi Rush. It got that action.
All right, so let's see. Back from the Dead in the previous category said Resident Evil 4 Remake. For me, it was big enough change from the original. It separates itself. Jedi Survivor performance was so terrible, shouldn't have been nominated. Okay, well, valid points. Valid points. And, of course, Doggy Dog is saying, good morning, Peppermint, with a big old heart. He loves his peppermint. For me, Dead Island is out. Ghost Runner 2 is out. Just, I don't even know why they're here. No, sorry, Death Dealer. But yeah, Dead Island is out.
It's just a filler.
Yeah. So comes the 3 games. Remnant 2 is great, but I gotta agree with you. The reason I'm playing Remnant 2 is to play with my friends, and the online connectivity is kind of spotty.
Yep.
At best.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves Hi-Fi Rush and Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, and I love my Souls-like. I have always loved the Armored Core. I love the puzzling about it. I love Armored Core, but this is action adventure. Get me the combat. I'm going Hi-Fi Rush. It had really good fluid combat. It had awesome combat on the beat. So it wasn't just like a slasher or anything like that. You got rated on your combat. You could unlock awesome combos, joint combos. It was a fantastic game. Great music too, by the way. So Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah. And for me, snubs in this category, I can't really think of any, as this year has mostly been an RPG year for me. Nothing comes to mind. Anybody for you guys?
Well, this was the action.
Yeah, best action game. No puzzles, no anything. Give me the action.
Oh, snubs?
Yeah, any snubs for you guys?
I would add Evil West to this one. Because Evil West didn't make the cutoff last year, and so it's been forgotten about because it did come out last year. But I think it came out a day or two after the cutoff for the thing, so it didn't get included. So that was a fantastic game.
Okay, should I any snubs?
Nothing comes to mind.
Right. Moving on then. Let's keep it going.
Thank you.
I don't want to waste too much time just sitting here and thinking.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Tough category. The only game I haven't heard positive feedback is Ghost Runner 2. Yeah, very tough category. And Doggy Dog says Evil West was so awesome. He agrees with Tauret.
If Evil West was in the category, I would vote for it over Remnant 2.
Not enough of us play VR to really make this category relevant. We're going to move that one. Mobile games, I don't think that's really the basis of this podcast. Debut indie, this would be more Terry's category. And I just kind of... Did you play these, Terry?
I haven't played these ones, but I know of some of them.
I do have an action.
What I've heard of is Cocoon, Pizza Tower, and Viewfinder, and I haven't played any of them. So I can't say anything.
Hey, Axel, can I say one action game that I just came up to mind?
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Wulong
Fallen Dynasty. You're right. Oh, my God. Snubbed, for sure.
There you go. Let's go.
I would say Cocoon on this one. Dredge is probably I think it'd be between Cocoon and Dredge, but Cocoon, I think, is the one.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go for Cocoon also. I'm curious about it, but I never played it. So just for a random, I'm gonna go for a Cocoon.
I'm not voting as I don't play these. I haven't played any of them.
That one is.
Well, I haven't played them. It would be disingenuous of me to say this. Best community support. This is from the developer to the community. I don't think that's a real category. Here we go. Best ongoing. So this could be any game that's still live today that
Where's
came out a long time ago.
Like WoW is never on there. It's like the ongoing game.
Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Genshin Impact. Terry, which one of these would you vote for?
I mean, I don't play any of them, but I would say from listening to people, I would probably give it to Final Fantasy because people go nuts over that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I would give it to Final Fantasy.
All right. Should I? Which one?
Fortnite.
Fortnite. All right.
Okay, every year is Fortnite for that. So another Fortnite.
Seriously, why is WoW never nominated? That is like the longest running game outside of like RuneScape. Like, why is it not on there?
Because it's not just that it's longest going. This says best ongoing support. Maybe WoW has just under-delivered.
There's always released content for it. So how is that not?
But it has to be good content. It can't be just
good content.
It can't be just a.
You're telling me Fortnite has good content? All they do is release more skins.
Lettuce salad of content.
Wait,
content is just more skins.
Wait, now are we talking about snubs in here?
No.
Oh, okay, I must say.
Terry went on to her snub. On her own. My vote for this one. These two are hard nosed for me. I would be interested in this, but it's an MMO. I don't have time. Apex Legends, Battle Royale. I love it, but if I got to squad up or else it sucks. So I'm gonna go with Cyberpunk because I love story DLC, and not enough story DLCs get released this year. I know that we're into games as a service, but story DLC to me matters. So I'm voting Cyberpunk 2077 the way DLC should be. And of course, Final Fantasy also released story DLC and a Genshin Impact, but those are MMOs and I just don't have time for them. So Cyberpunk. All right, so snubs. WoW got snubbed, Terry.
WoW got snubbed.
Right.
For an ESO.
So ESO.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Okay, she beat me.
All right, so Shaddai, ESO got snubbed.
Well, there is another one, which that will be Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves got snubbed for sure.
Sea of Thieves got snubbed
for sure. I think they even tweeted on it, didn't they?
Yep, Rare tweeted. Well, no, that's a community. Yeah, I think that's a community thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, but I mean, this is ongoing support, and Sea of Thieves is on to season 10, right?
Yeah. The next one is called Season Eternity because they're gonna keep doing that forever.
Yeah. Let's see. Best ongoing. Yeah, it's best ongoing.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves. I'm gonna put Halo 5 or Halo 5. Sorry, Halo Infinite on here. As they just released Halo 5, season 5. Oh, blah, blah. I'm all over the place. Season 5.
That's good. The new maps.
It just but Sea of Thieves is definitely best ongoing game that probably gets snubbed. That has a love, and they also, and I mean, it's not just ongoing with multiplayer games as a service stuff. It's ongoing with story content. The Legend of Monkey Island story is out. They put out stories every other season. I mean, it is a fantastic time to be a Sea of Thieves player, and yeah, they do get snubbed in my opinion.
Yes.
So yeah, some of these games, I'm sorry, they just. I feel like they don't belong.
Even Grounded got snubbed.
Yeah. So let's see. Destiny Back from the Dead says, Destiny 2 shouldn't have been up for best community support. It's a real category, though. The only reason live service games last so long is feedback from the community management. Oh, there you go.
Well, that person got fired, didn't they, from Bungie?
Well, maybe that's why. The community people got fired for sure. Let's see. Surprised GTA 5 didn't make this for the online. Yeah.
GTA would make sense.
Yeah. GTA 5 online got snubbed. Is GTA 5 still releasing new content?
Man, nobody cares about GTA 5 until 6 is announced. You'll see.
Once 6 is announced, GTA 5 will die.
Yeah, it will die right there on the spot.
Games for Impact. I never vote on this category as I don't
Never.
understand it fully, so I'm gonna skip it if that's okay, guys.
Yeah, please.
Innovation and accessibility. Again, I don't use these features, so
Me either.
I don't feel that I'm the right person to vote for that.
Yeah.
Best performance. Skip that. Best audio design. All right, best audio design. All right, we're all a bit of audiophiles here. Let's go with Terry. Best audio.
Ooh, best audio.
Voice meter. Oh, sorry, wrong.
Voice meter.
Yeah, sorry.
This is tough. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of horror games, but horror games tend to do a really good job with audio because they won't succeed without amazing audio. So they're very dependent on it. I don't know. I don't know. Like I haven't played any of them to be able to even know. So I don't think it's fair for me to vote. But I would assume if it's not Hi-Fi Rush, it'd be a horror game because, like I said, horror has to have amazing audio. Otherwise, it won't be scary. So
all right. So one of the 3 horror games on here, and it is interesting that this category is dominated by horror games. So yeah, okay. Should I?
Yes.
Best audio, not soundtrack. Audio.
No, I'm not saying soundtrack. Is their noise?
Let me see.
I'm
Audio and sound design. Yeah, audio and sound design. Okay.
I'm in between Dead Space and Hi-Fi Rush. You know what? I'm gonna go for Dead Space. That when you're and like in the outer space, that area that one area of the ship is broken, you could
you can't hear
like,
anything.
Yeah, that you can't hear anything,
Yeah.
and you hear those babies again, even clearer. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Dead Space.
All right, Dead Space. Okay. So audio design. These 2 are out. I'm sorry, they're just out. They're very loud. It's hard to pick up on the audio design, as Terry says. This leans more towards horror. So Resident Evil 4, been there, done that. Dead Space, been there, done that. I've already heard these. To me, Alan Wake 2 is probably the winner of this category, as these just got updates to the audio, whereas this one is brand new and it's using all the new tech and freshly recorded. Not to say that these are bad. I'm just going to say Alan Wake 2 is probably going to take this category, even though I haven't played it. But that's how I would base my vote. Any snubs in the audio category? No. All right, can't think of any. Should I?
Any snubs for that? You mean? No.
In the audio, not soundtrack, audio.
wait, there was a game. I can't remember what it was called, but there was an indie game that came out where you had to play as a blind character, so everything was audio only. I feel like if it is going to be a game based on audio, it should be the game that literally was audio.
Is that game old? I thought I heard that game about that game years ago.
No, the one I'm thinking of, I think they showed it at the all the award stuff last year, and I think it came out this year.
All right, well there you go.
I don't remember the name of it though.
Yeah, I don't have.
If it didn't come out in time for this one, then forget about it. But I think it came out in time for this. I don't know.
All right, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
those rifle sounds are just second to none. Just saying, they sound like they sound when I used them. That's all I'll say. All right.
They go click click bang.
Click bang, but in the right way. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Best score and music. Okay, soundtracks.
Oh,
Soundtracks now. I am huge into soundtracks. Terry, take it away.
Okay, I'm gonna be biased on this one. I'm gonna be biased on this one because I really love like fantasy music. You know, there's just something about fantasy music. It has that little bit more of like an
Legend of
opera.
Zelda is the best fantasy music on here.
It has a little bit of. It has like those kind of like operatic singers kind of in there.
Yeah,
doing stuff.
Opera,
so like I have a thing for that.
Yeah.
So I'll have to. I don't know what the music is in Alan Wake 2, so I can't even. That's not even the thing for me. I have to say Baldur's Gate because they would have that operatic, the women holding those notes. Like I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. It's just so good. So I'll have to give it to that.
All right. Should I?
Hi-Fi Rush, no questions asked.
No questions asked. All right,
Yeah,
simple enough.
It's very hype.
All right, best soundtrack out of these games, Hi-Fi Rush, easy, hands down. It has the best soundtrack of any game this year. Music you can jam to, you can play it at a party, you can play it in your car. You don't actually necessarily need to be playing the game to enjoy it, and to me, that's the mark of a fantastic soundtrack. Hi-Fi Rush, no questions asked. Yes.
I listen to symphonic metal, so I would be playing Baldur's Gate's soundtrack in the car, honestly, because I love my symphonic metal. So it's kind of it's in that vein. So like, that's me.
Awesome.
I just like the symphonic
Terry,
bass.
any snubs in this category? I think I definitely can think of a snub.
No, I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Shadai, any snubs for you in this category?
No, I think this is pretty solid.
Starfield got snubbed. That soundtrack is great. I bought the
it's the same soundtrack as Fallout
to it, and I play it all the time. It is a fantastic soundtrack.
It's a reuse
now, with that
song.
being said, even though it got snubbed out of the category, I still give it to Hi-Fi Rush. Just saying.
They reused the audio and soundtrack from Fallout. It's not. It don't qualify, man.
No, you're just
they
not
use the
listening
same
right.
sound effects and stuff.
Now it's called Falling Out again.
Let's see. Doggy Dog says, "Oh yeah, for the audio design, the cars on Forza this year were excellent." I gotta agree with Doggy on that. Yeah, I feel like Forza might have gotten snubbed. And Doggy says, "Hi-Fi once again." There you go. So Hi-Fi Rush. 3 out of 4 people on my channel recommending. There you go. And of course, it's your vote. There is no difference to it. Now, this is the category I have dominated year after year. Best art direction. These guys don't know what art is if it slapped them in the face.
Mario. I'm kidding.
So I don't even know if you guys want to know what they think about art, because they obviously don't know it. Terry, art direction. This is the category I have dominated for 3 years.
I'm gonna give this one a Hi-Fi.
All right, the cell shading. Can't go wrong with the cell shading. Yeah. Great direction there. Shadai, art direction.
Between Hi-Fi Rush and Lights of P, but I'll be honest, I'm gonna go with Lights of P. I love the atmosphere. The atmosphere, like old English, the way they interpret this time Pinocchio being as a boy, not Disney, puppeteer, but that is Lights of P.
All right, let's go through this one by one. All right, so The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has fantastic art, but it's basically Tears of the Kingdom with saturation turned all the way up. Just saying, it is saturated. Mario is an LSD trip. I think it's fantastic, very colorful, very beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. It is fantastic. Liza P atmosphere is fantastic. Shadai covered it. Hi-Fi Rush, the cell shading, the color, the fact that everything bounces to the music, everything moves. This is a very, very strong contender here. But Alan Wake 2 is going to take this one, and it gets my vote. I've seen some videos of Alan Wake 2 art, and the way they present it with that flashlight and the atmosphere it sets and everything else. I definitely think Alan Wake 2 is the better art direction this year. Even though it's not my style of game, I think the art in it is fantastic. So yeah. And any snubs this year? For me, not any, because Hi-Fi Rush is here. Yeah, that art is just... It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think it's between these two, in my opinion. If it was between any two. So yeah. Terry, any snubs for you?
For art? Ooh. I don't think so.
All right. Shadai, any snubs for you on art?
On art? From what I know, well, actually, I do. I have to say it like that, but I always love the art style of Octopath. Is that 2D, 3D?
Right, that pixel art style?
Yeah, I always
fuzzy
love it.
Pixel art style?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it creates a different dimension on games like that.
It adds a little bit of depth, but it's annoying to me.
Yes.
But yes. And Doggy Dog, of course, giving more love to Hi-Fi Rush, his favorite game of all time, probably. There he goes. All right, best narrative. Okay, I haven't played any of these, so I'm gonna abstain myself. Terry, I can probably guess which one, but I haven't played it, so any of them, so I can't really compare them. Starfield got snubbed.
Again.
It's a great narrative. I love the story of Starfield, especially the New Game Plus.
Yeah, I don't know about the narrative side just because I also haven't, like, I've played Cyberpunk, but I didn't play Phantom Liberty, so I don't even know what the story is in it. So,
All right, well, there you go.
I don't think I can honestly vote for narrative. I don't
All right.
know.
Abstaining, can you vote for narrative or not?
Yes.
All right.
Remember, hey, I play Alan Wake 1. Alan Wake 2 is all about an author. It gotta be very
that's
narrative.
right. He's typing and talking and what's happening. Yeah.
So the narrative there is very, very, very deep. So I'm gonna go for Alan Wake 2.
All right, there you go. Let's see. And Doggy Dog is giving it to Spider-Man 2 on that one. Shout out to Doggy.
Man, anything
Best
that is
game
too,
direction.
Doggy, take it.
Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovative in-game direction and design. I don't see how essentially sequels can win for innovative game direction, but let's go for it. All right. Innovation in game direction. Terry, what do you got?
I don't know because I feel like most of these haven't done anything really different that hasn't been done a bajillion times over. Maybe Alan Wake 2 would be the one that I would probably say would be the best candidate for this particular category, because Baldur's Gate 3, it's fantastic, but it literally hasn't done anything that hasn't been done before when it comes to action.
They just did it much better.
Spider-Man 2 is pretty much the exact same thing as the first one. So is this Zelda. I don't really know too much about Mario Brothers Wonder, but they don't really do too much innovating when it comes to Mario, design wise. So I would say Alan Wake 2.
Okay. Alan Wake 2. Should I?
I'm same with Terry. I'm gonna go for Alan Wake 2.
All right. Okay.
The only direction I have is a straight line.
This is one of those categories that people don't vote based on the category. They're just going to base on what was their favorite game on the list.
Pretty much.
That's not how you vote, people.
To understand.
Yeah. That's not how you vote, people.
First off, I think Spider-Man 2 doesn't deserve to be here. It is the Sony formula through and through. I don't think it innovated enough on the action adventure genre. I don't think it innovated enough on the superhero genre. I don't even think it innovated enough in the Sony formula, so I think that one is out. Baldur's Gate 3, I think, is also out, as it did tactical Dungeons and Dragons better than anybody else, but I don't know if it's truly innovative, as we've been able to play Baldur's Gate 3 for 3 years already. Just pointing that out. Alan Wake 2 does what Alan Wake does, just better, and it is good. It is fantastic, but no. Super Mario Wonder, I think is awesome, as it is the best Super Mario since Super Mario World. And if you remember World, that came out back in 1993? So it's the best Super Mario in 30 years. Adding that whole warpy level stuff is new. So it's not just the obstacles, it's the actual levels now that are changing. And as always, you get a new power-up, so that's not new, but it's the way they present you the levels of platforming that can change with the Wonder Seeds. I think that's fantastic. And Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the first time I played an RPG where I get to build a solution to a puzzle. And my way of approaching is not the same as someone else's way of approaching. It can be as bland or as creative as you want it to be. There is no right or wrong way to approach this game. And it is the freedom you have on approaching a puzzle or a fight is outstanding. So I think best game direction, I would give it to Tears of the Kingdom, just because I can play this game twice, and even though I've already solved it, I probably will not go through it twice the same way. And that's just the type of freedom you get in that game. It's incredible. That's all I have to say. It's incredible. So yeah, that's the way I'll go. All right, let's see. Doggy Dog says, agreed, probably more innovative games than this. Super Mario World, the second best Mario behind Super Mario Brothers 3. Yeah, I think Super Mario Brothers 3 was probably the most innovation to a Super Mario game in a long time. But yeah, that's the way I'm going to vote. Any snubs in game direction that you can think of? Something new and innovative that we've never seen before or akin to that.
I'm sure I played some in the indie scene. It's just I'm not gonna be able to think of it, timely, so I'll pass.
You would think that this category would be dominated by indies.
The indie scene would be the ones that would have done stuff. It's just I would need a lot more time to go through it because I've played a lot of indies.
Yeah.
So
should I?
No, there's nothing that I could think of.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying, Doggy. Damn, I haven't heard someone say I solved that game in forever. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's incredible. The freedom you get in Tears of the Kingdom is second to no other action RPG in the world right now. So I really think that this is pushing the genre forward. All right, here we go. Moving on. Game of the Year. 6 games in this category. Now, if you pay attention, 4 out of these 6 games are in the RPG category. And the other Jesus. 2 are in the action-adventure category. So, note to developers, if you want to be in the Game of the Year, action-adventure RPG. That's the way to go. Just saying. All right, so we got our candidates. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, the must-be-required Sony games, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. First off, before we get into snubs, which one of these 6 would you vote for? Tara.
Baldur's Gate.
All right, Baldur's Gate. Shaddai.
Baldur's Wake.
Baldur's Wake? that's not a game.
Oh,
which
sorry. No, I'm going to go for Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay.
Baldur's Gate.
Tears of the Kingdom. This is easy for me. Tears of the Kingdom. It's just more my style, more of what I love, and I'm 100 hours in, and I still haven't finished the game because I'm just loving it so much. So yeah, Tears of the Kingdom for me. Let's go into snubs. Who should be here? Terry.
Evil West.
Hold on. Who would you take out, and who would you put in?
I take them all out. Evil West.
Take them all out. Evil West. All right. You're one pick. This is like an evil dictatorship voting. Game of the Year, 1 out of 1.
Honestly,
it won a fair and equal election.
Evil West was so darn good. Like, it's probably the most underrated game that came out. Evil West.
All right, Evil West. Shania, who would you take out? Who would you put in?
Remove Resident Evil 4. It's a stupid remake of how many versions do we have there? Please make a category. Make a category for remakes, remasters, and all that, because they're missing with Metroid Remaster. They're missing with Star Ocean Remaster. Make it
get your DLC category, because they're nominating DLCs. Like, that's not a game. That's just added content.
Well, yeah, but no, Resident Evil, remove that. Who should we put there? You could put Starfield. You could put Hogwarts Legacy. They started saying Final Fantasy 16. They could put Steel Stars.
You only took one out, so you only get to put one in.
I took them all out, so I can put more in.
No. Okay, I remove Resident Evil 4, and I'll put Starfield.
Starfield, all right. Let's see. So, Doggy Dog, tell me who you would remove, buddy. So, Doggy Dog says Hi-Fi Rush deserved a spot. Yeah, but whose spot? I have to. He says remove Tears of the Kingdom and put in Street Fighter 6 Axel. You know what, Doggy? You're gonna get banned, boy. You're gonna get banned. Let's see. I would take out Resident Evil 4. Not that it's not a great game, but I agree. Remakes need their own category, and I don't think remakes, remasters deserve the Game of the Year category because they already have a story. They're remaking, remastering a story that's already great. There's not much original to it. There's not a continuation to it. So Resident Evil 4, I think,
let me put it this way.
would be
They
removed.
say, remember, the game was created from the ground up.
But not the story. But not the story. You can't ground up that story.
Supposedly, that's that's the new narrative. Is a new engine.
Well, you can new engine that
You're
into a new
giving
category.
flashbacks to my Uncharted rant from the ground up.
Yeah, and so I would take out Resident Evil 4, and for me personally, I'd throw Starfield in. Starfield, I think, is much more deserving than even Spider-Man 2. I'm just saying. It is great, but yeah, that's the one I would take out and throw in Starfield, or Hi-Fi Rush. But I think Starfield for me is more fun. So yeah,
Mario
there you go,
Rabbids.
guys.
Gotta add
And
Mario
of course,
Rabbids.
the biggest snub. Who got snubbed the most in the Game Awards? For me, Hogwarts got snubbed the most. The highest selling game of the year. It reviewed incredibly well, and somehow it's not on here on a single category. Not a single category. I think that's criminal. Criminal, I tell you. Yeah, I just don't think Hogwarts got the respect it deserves. It definitely needed more. Who is the biggest snub of the year for you, Terry?
Evil West.
All right. Evil West because it missed the deadline and everybody forgot about it.
Exactly.
Much like Halo 5. I agree. Oh, sorry, Halo Infinite. Why do I keep calling Halo 5? Halo Infinite. Yeah, I agree. Shaddai, who is the biggest snub for you?
Starfield. Why? Not because I only play a little bit, but every single time that we go to Twitter, Bethesda always said 5 million players, 10 million players played. So you telling me that so many players are playing Starfield all of a sudden? I'm sorry, Terry. I know you say it's whatever, but to have that many players playing Starfield, that is a huge success right there. So Starfield is the biggest snub of the day, and thank you for watching.
I mean, you have that many people playing FIFA. FIFA on there.
Yeah, if there was the most players, FIFA would probably win.
Yeah, so that not good enough, should I?
All right, let's see.
I'm going by the narrative.
Says, yeah, I agree about Hogwarts. Crazy, no nominations. Let's see. Back from the Dead says, Evil West was in the Xbox Store Black Friday sale for 50% off at $30.
Get it! If you have not played Evil West, oh my gosh, you're missing out. And it has co-op, so play with a buddy.
If you want to play that, play Binary Domain. Is the same style.
All right, let's see. And Dagada says, remove Resident Evil, throw in Hi-Fi Rush. There you go. So a lot of people feel that Resident Evil does not deserve the Game of the Year category.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, there you go. All right, but that's going to do it for... Oh, hold on, before we go. Terry, we had a poll.
We had a poll.
How did the chat vote?
They got a poll.
Are you going to watch the Game Awards? 33% said yes. I love watching who wins. 27% yes. I just want to see the world premieres. 22% no. I'll watch the trailers later. I'm in that camp. And 16% again, what?
There you go, guys. Anyway, so that's going to do it for today's show, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. But before we go, I just want to say that thanks to you guys, the chat, we wouldn't be able to do this show without you. And that's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to any of the shows we do here on the Iconic Video Games channel. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and leave. I'm Maxwell1324.
I'm Cool Cat Terry.
And I'm Eternal Shaddai.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.